So I'm looking at my phone. I can't even get the camera straight on this thing. So I'm looking at the phone, and these are all my, let me see. Okay, so these are all my non-monetized videos. Maybe there's 50 or 60 of them. And some of them, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. There's zero. I've watched them a few times and there's nothing wrong. So before I begin, let me save this over here. See where we are. I'm not sure. Okay. Greatest gift is thinking. I am more than I am. I am 10. Quarters. What are quarters? Telephone alphabet. Telephone alphabet. Let's share that since no one's here yet. We're gonna online. So that's one that I want to be looking at, and that's the telephone alphabet is the name of the video. Telephone alphabet. And then there's army words, right? I'm gonna edit that. I'm gonna let's see. We can put on the monetization, right? And let's see. Let's see what this is. I want to save it. But I want to play it. Can I play it? Army words spell love. And I just want to play it, right? Maybe if I share it, I can play it in a note to myself. Let's see what it does. Okay, here we do. We're going to do the numbers 3, 6, 4, and 5. So we're going to start with Charlie, Lima, Uniform, Fox, Trot, Oscar, Whiskey, no, Foxtrot, Oscar, X-Ray, Delta, Mike, Victor. So we're gonna do this again. 3, 6, 4, 5. Charlie, Lima, Uniform, Foxtrot, Oscar, X-Ray, Delta, Mike, Victor. So Echo. I'm stopping this over here because what I wanted to mention is that number 4 was delta. The delta angle is a gateway. Delta equals to 42. Charlie equals to 56. It just so happens that the 4th month, April, right, equals to 56. 3rd month equals to 43. We have echo in number 5. The number 31 is cube. And number 6, foxtrot, snake, right? Inside of foxtrot. If I got it right, it's 40, 73, 83, 93, 103. Okay, 100. Okay, 108, 118 for foxtrot. And the thing about in foxtrot is there's an OR and an OX, right? 39 and 33. It's the golden angel. Then you have hotel for number 8. Well, what do you think? And India for number 9. India, Indian, 51, 55, Sky Pass. You have Juliet, right? Juliet is also noted as number 97, depending how you spell it, but just for the J letter, J10, right? So it's a combination, right? It's not a 5 and 5 one. 1 and 9 will also make 1. 3 and 7 will also make 1. But the 2, 8, 4, 6 are going to tell me about a dark one. Just give me a second. What's up? Hi. Yeah, and? Look. Wow, those meds are not good, whatever they're giving him. What do you mean nothing? Yeah, you should. Do they know what he's saying on the phone? So how does he have a phone outside? Oh, somebody got him a cell phone? Oh, okay.
But how did you talk to him? Oh, okay, what did he say? Right. Well, listen, he's not right in his head thinking, he's not, it's hard for me. And you don't see, well, first of all, you gotta call the hospital and ask them what's going on, but really don't say too much, because they'll trap him, that'll be worse for him. Right. Oh, yeah, of course, I thought the same thing when I was in the hospital. You're putting him up against, you're judging him. That's the worst thing, what they're doing. That's terrible. I was there. Don't do it that way. It's detrimental to a person like him. They don't. You have to speak to them and tell them. Listen, when you put him in a panic mode, he runs into panic mode. I can't blame him. You know, everybody's saying he doesn't control himself, but he's in panic mode. You know, it's just not good. They're going to pump him with pills that'll just make everything worse. You know, a little bit is not so bad, and for the head, you got to just somehow convince it to him that his other piece was contaminated, and that's it. Oh, he's always with that Trudeau, eh? Trudeau didn't take it. He has no time for him. He's too smart. Tell him not to worry. I don't know, but he told me that same thing, that Trudeau story a couple of times. Don't let him watch TV. But you have to find one or two words. Or maybe. What did I ever get close to him? Well, don't answer it. I'll send you a bunch more. Don't answer it. You can't write anything. Be very careful with the wording. My son's not in the hospital, and constantly raising my hand, I make sure the wording, everybody with the wording. Yeah, I know where he talks. I know he talks. Everything's fucked up. So what do you? No, don't say anything. But you have to sort of send him back the message. Oh, they know more than you think. Yeah, you have to ask the questions to make them think, but don't tell them. You have to ask them the questions. So how's he doing? You know, that's what you gotta do. Otherwise, you see them, and I know how cuckoo they are. You know, he doesn't like over medication. If he thinks it's over medication, or if he's not taking any medication, just gets to him. You can say stuff like that if they know anything. You know what I'm saying? Wease your way in there. I know that shit works mentally. It's very, very tough when you're cornered, you're cornered. It's like somebody believing, you know, when somebody owes $1 million and believes they have to pay it, that they become cornered and irrational. They can't make them that way. Okay, I'm going back there. I started a video. I put it on. I went into the bedroom to talk. Bye. You're not bothering me. I sound like Stallone, right? Okay, right in the other room. Bye. Okay, now, okay. So that video, did it start yet? Anybody show up over here? Oh, yes. So I'm not sure who heard what in this conversation I was having. Let me see anybody here in the chat. Hi, Mr. Tacpans. I got the Tacpans, right? We never, like I started off this video talking about, you know, I'm just going to read it out real quick if I can even see it here. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, each one of these, and there's somebody and a lot of people in the world that'll know exactly what they all mean, right? All these Army codes. Sierra, 70. So I know for me, 70 is a crossroads because the crossroads are 3.5. When you're meeting at the 70, you're meeting at the crossroads here. If you're meeting at the 35, it's a crossroads somewhere up this way between east-west because it's the ring and the pole 3.5 to all the dimensions. 96 is a rotation. It starts with the letter U, so it's a basic a one between two. I'd have to design it and look at it to see what it means. I also have to discuss it with others, what they say it is, and by understanding what has been created, right? Why was it said the uniform used for this? And we also know that uni means more than one and works in conjunction. The word uniform, if I got this right, is 96 inside the word form, which is 33 and 19, equaling to 52 Earth and 44. Okay, for uni, area, space, and uni and teen. Okay, so that's an alternative space because it falls at 13. The word victor, you can also use that as 87. Is it a victory? It starts with V. It starts in the mirror world. The V and I come together. So birth, ape, go, busting out by the monkey, because in blackjack, right, the monkey is 22. You bust after 21. You got the monkey because anytime you pass 20, you have 12 to 22. That 12 to 22 adds the monkey to the 12 to get you to the 22. So it doesn't matter if it's 12, 13, 14, 15. Once you hit the monkey, you're on to the other side, right? Then you have whiskey, which is 100, and pussy is 100, and Taurus is 100. But in the word whiskey, okay, is H, H, and K. So it's HK, where it's the hard way. But is it the hard way before or is it the hard way after? And if you want to know where we find the hard ways, right, we find the hard ways right over there. That's a hard way, right? Sometimes they'll say, let me see this one. Yes, it's in the field. They could be saying it's on the farm or in the farmer's field, and then you would get a different number. 6 and 3 doubles up, 2 by 2. Why? Because there's 2 3s and there's 2 6s. There's a 6 void here and a 3 void here. And I'm going to show you my instrument I use to figure that out. It's right here, a calculator. A calculator, the alphabet, Sesame Street. The days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The days of the month, the months, the years, the cycles we run, mathematical equations. It's too bad yes, mathematical equation. You know, every time I got to block out somebody watching me, because every time I see nobody watching me, it brings me down, right? 89 goes all the way around. Whoop. 89 goes all the way around. Whoop. 89 goes all the way, used to be Blue Star Veterans Highway. Blue Star. Oh, I hate that I keep losing. Why does it keep disappearing from my screen? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Learn more, Chrome, default browser. No, I wanted to say on my screen. No, it's all disappearing from my screen. How am I supposed to do anything? I'm gonna have to probably put it up over here. So anyways, let's get on to a few more words. We have X-ray. So they separate it as two words, the X and then the ray. So possibly we're separating this. This has to do with communication. This has to do with the cat. The X-ray starts with an X, which is 6, and man came to Earth on day 6. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted to start this all about, right? Man came to Earth on day 6. The snake is day 6. The enemy sign of the snake, okay, is apparently the pig. So we have 6 and 12, right? The snake and the pig. So at the same time, if we have the snake and the pig, we're going to have the 6th zodiac sign, right? And that 6th zodiac sign is, I think, the one we're in right now. Just give me a second. What is the 6th zodiac Western astrological sign?
Virgo. According to Wikipedia, Virgo is the 6th astrological sign in the zodiac.
So we have Virgo. And let me see this. Is the 6th astrological sign in the zodiac. It spans 150 to 180 degrees of the zodiac. So 15 and 18 is 33, so it's showing a rotation, which tells me that 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 12 a.m., and 12 p.m. Somehow, everything on the zodiac must overlap twice. And what's ironic about that is that Leo Sador once sent me something where the zodiac is overlapping. And I say that because they're showing our clock overlapping. They're also showing us 4 times 360 to equal to the 1440 minutes in a day, which is equivalent that if we went to the 14th hour in the day in 40 minutes, right? That is going to tell me 14th hour, 40 minutes, right? 14th hour, 40 minutes. 1440 minutes, which is actually 220. So when it shows me 220, that'll be 140 minutes into the afternoon, right? It's also going to show me, just give me a second, I'm just trying to differentiate something in my thoughts. Okay, 22 is 88. So when this one completes at 88, this one completes at 5760. So the year 2000 reset, okay, was also pulling into a gateway, the 88 gateway, which is when you make an 8 over an 8, you take another circle and you create an 8 to both sides. And if you see it in a larger dimension, right? Here, I'm going to see if I can take out the mirror and show you, because every time I move it, right, I'm not sure if you'll see this clear. So let's say I create this, right? Let's say I create, I'm just trying to think which way I should do this. Okay, let's just do this, right? Here's an 8 over here, right? So if I just draw an 8 over here, right? You would see the 8 over 8, and then I got a single 8. So the single 8 connects the other 8. So it's 8 connecting the 8. And then I create one over here, and I do the same thing. Now, in order to do this properly now, right, or in another realm or reality, I'm getting out of my number thing,
right? I would just create like the 8 like this. Whoop, right? See that I put a number 2 over it, and then I put the 5 over it. So 5 and 2 will create the 8, so Earth comes together. And inside of it, we have 8888. And again, the same scenario. Once I connect the rest of the center over here, right, I have another 8. So when you overlap or create dimensions, it's like in the Olympics. The gold is in the center, the silver and the bronze, but the gold is the center, okay, is the core of everything. Now I have to think, yes, we were into Virgo, and Virgo, it ends on September 22nd. That is so ironic that it ends on the 22nd. I just have to keep looking at this. It ends on the 22nd. Oh, thank you very much. This is purple for Pegasus. You see that? This is the way everything should be. It's just so funny. It's just ironic, okay, that I'm wearing this. And I just painted today without even thinking, without even knowing the tie is there, right? Without even knowing the tie is there. I'm going to just show you this. I just drew these. You can put them on each side. You can flip them over. You can form them together, right? I call them the crybabies. I don't put them everywhere, right? And if you're looking up, maybe you can see them over here. See the way they're communicators, like Granny's old microphone? Another brick on the wall, or how about H and I? Or how about, you see the goalposts? I don't have them straight, but here you'll have the goalpost right here with the post down, but the post is round. So the alpha will be in the center, splitting the uprights. But when the ball goes through, that ball will be aligned to what holds the uprights up. If you ever look at the football stadium, it also shows a TV set. This is where you got your high Q52. Sigma is signal testing system, and these little animals, right, are the small signals, and they're going all around the system, reading the good vibration. When you play baseball in life, before life began, it was T-ball. Before any game began, it wasn't a game of chance. All the games of chance ended up in the game, but the final result was that ball is inside your mind, and you are a receiver upon birth, upon the 92nd day of the conception of between the sperm and the egg, number 71 and 19, connecting two systems together only on the 92nd day. That now they're talking that there's a meteor coming down on the 29th of September, which is the 273rd day this year, because there's 274 days up until September 29th. 1841 is home in the heavens of one. That is in the house of Bate. Number 18, it is the core of Rubik's Cube. It's 18 surrounding 1. I'm born in the month of Tishrei. Born in the month of Tishrei. I like to say Ray is a life for example. Re meaning, right? Remember when you add R-E to a word or E-R to a word, right? It was before the I. Here you can actually say shit, and this is king. The IT system in the spirit heaven comes to creation. This R, for me, is talking about your alpha, beta, alpha, beta, alpha, beta creation. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, your creation. A, B, C, D. That's the basis of it. So we were talking about, yes, it disappeared on my phone now, and so did the comments. So we're going to try and see what is the 12th zodiac Western astrological sign.
According to Space.com, one constellation tradition is the Western Zodiac, which is made up of 12 constellations: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo.
Okay, so Pisces, right? Pisces, let me mark this down. I'm just learning this stuff, you know. Pisces are pieces. Or, oh, hold on a second, I didn't write that properly. I hate not writing nice. I throw out a lot of paper. I probably shouldn't. But I do. Okay, so it's P-I-S, Pisces. And that starts with pi, and it has 2 5s in it, and it means more than one. So I'm not sure if you can you see that? The wrong way, right? So when it ends in an ES, right? So I know it's in the E world. I know it's also in the creation world. The reason for that is the S looks like a 5. The S brings 2 worlds together. The E, I know how to fabricate it. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, which equals to the E5. I know the E does not exist until the mirror world is created. I also know that when you skip 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, I know that 3, okay, is in between 5 and 1. I know that E, okay, I know that E is the center between A and I. So I know E is the heart to between 20% to the left and 20% to the right. TT, which is the GG, which is the passageway. Why do I say this? You see, now I opened up my eyes and I lost my vision. 20%, so when I add 20% to 5, I go to 6. When I just say 20% of 5 equals 1, 1 plus 5 equals to 6, 5 minus 1 equals to 4. Although the percentage to go from 4, okay, over to 6 is 25%. 25%, 1.25 times 4 equals to 5. I know that 20%, 5 times 20, right? Or 20% of 5, okay? 20 times 5 equals to 1. 20% of 5 equals to 1. Is that what I said? So now we have 1, and then 4 times 25%, or it's actually 1.25%, brings me back to 5. So what is 20? What is 125? 512 memory, Earth and Mars coming together, yo, 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 or how about boy coming together, connected through the triangles, or whichever way you want to look at it, inside the moon. And this is just from talking about Pisces, because it ends with an ES. In the English language, when you end with an S or an ES, and I have to understand a little bit more about the French language, that's why doing this alone is close to possible. It is very possible, improbable that you complete it, because you don't have a deeper cone. What do I say with a cone? When you when you measure something, right? You can bring it down, and I'm only going to close it so much on the bottom here, because this dice cube won't fall out, so I don't need to close it anymore. So the more we need to finite things to understand them, the closer it's going to close, right? So that becomes 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. It's 2, 5, and 8, 4, 5, and 6. Saturn square changed this, okay, to 1, 5, and 9, right? And 3, 5, and 7. So the cross, 2, 5, and 8, and 4, 5, and 6 is changed over in Saturn square to 1, 5, and 9, and 3, 5, and 7, where 2, 4, 6, and 8 are now in the corners. I'm going to show you this, okay? And I didn't do Pisces. Let me finish Pisces. Starts with pi, tells me it's been broken up into 3. Not only that, it's the 12th sign. So it's not the 12th moon. It's into the 13th moon. Pisces goes into the 13th moon. How do we have 12 zodiac signs going into 13 moons? There's a spitchit of an overlap, right? Some kind of movement. Also to note that we run a cycle, 3 months, and then 3 months, and then 3 months, and then the last month, the finite, is Pisces, okay? 4 by 3 brings in the mirror of moons, right? 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. But really and truthfully, the full mirror is 4 months, 4 months, and 4 months. And that'll be 336 days.
And that's where we bring in the full moon, in creation of, well, man on day 6, 336, rotation of the sun. And it's man, okay, that ends up in the sun, unlike male and female, where when we begin, the female is just in the E world. I have to think a little bit more of that E, right? Everything to do with 5. And the female ends up into where Jesus is, or Muhammad, or energy. At the same time can be inverted to where the beast is. The reason for that is because in the house of 5 alive, right? In the house of 5 alive, Joe, right? You know Joe. There's a couple of other names because in the Joe, or how about joy? We bring joy to the world. You know what I'm saying? Joy, right, is 2 times 5, is 3 times 5, and is 5 times 5. That rings a bell. So when you go joy, right, 2 times 5, 3 times 5, 5 times 5, right? It's 2, 3, and 5, and 2, 3, and 5 are 23.5 times 2 equals to 47. So now you bring the beast, now you bring time, now you also bring the letters B, E, and L, bell. That's what I always see. 2, 3, 5 always said to me, bell. Okay. And when it's 2 and then 3, 5, it's telling me it's in the heart. And in the heart, is it the pinion that holds to swing the bell? Because until the bell harmonizes, right, to the outside, Venus, and hits Venus, boom, 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 we start to feel the vibration from the bell. And the bell is the B from the moon, which the L is the female. Ella, to go. EL is also 17. So when that 17 connects, your AG connects, your silver connects, your second place connects. You now can be standard when the 2 sides of the bell connect. Take away the bell, you have this side, and you have no vibration. You have nothing to create that vibration inside the bell. BELL, 31, right? 24 and 5 and 7 is 31. Well, the cube is also 31, and that can be one of the reasons that we're running by the cube and the bell, the controlled bell, and it's controlled by the Mona Lisa. Mo is 28, Li is 21. Inside the control of the cycled moon, man, you see 28 and 21. I'm just looking at the first 2 letters. I'm not looking at NASA, this word here, NASA. I'm looking at the limo first. I know the 21 dots in the cube, and I know the 28-day cycle of the moon. So I understand how the moon is being controlled through the bell system. Communication. Oh yes, I have to be able to find these comments. Why won't it save, download, share, copy link, give it here, put it here, paste, check, press, give it here. I can't open it up. I gotta cut and paste and copy and put it somewhere else. Oh my God, you know, when I look at when I'm looking at me there, I'm looking at me here, I'm going, oh God, there's a clown. Must be the Joker. Ah, Joker. JKR, Joker in the A family. Let me take a look and see who said what, okay? Hold on a second. I don't get to see a lot of stuff here. So, whoa, I got a whole lot of stuff. Let me read. Can we take like a minute and a half? And if y'all got to make a 1 or a 2, eh? We're making 1s and 2s. We started as 3. And from the 3, we now make 1s and 2s. right? So we're replicating everything. We're making mirrors of, we ate everything, we mixed it up, and then it comes out like with ones and twos. So I'd be sitting on the throne, but right now I'm just taking a 1 minute break, gonna refill the heat over here, gonna go into the kitchen and maybe make myself a little powder shake, whey powder and vegetable and all kinds of what I think to deem. I'm praying that it's still good. They haven't got to my stash yet. You can see it on that side over there. I can even take you to the kitchen if you want to go to the kitchen with me. You want to look backwards or you want to look forward? Let's look forward and go into the kitchen. Oh my God. Look at that Corvette. Hey, is that a Corvette or what? Zoom, zoom. Look at that. It's just a wolf. So we've got the rotation, right? The transition over here between the sun and the moon, right? Each one can do what it wants. See that arm over here? It possibility you can tilt that moon right out, right? See, as this turns around, this arm doesn't have to move with that arm over there, right? So, okay, so, and these counters, right? Here's my counters. What did I do? All right, let me see. Oh, there's my little man here. This is the I man. It's an I and an H, right? There's his feet. So let me warm up this water. Okay, the water's warming up. I know I had a little face somewhere. Where's the face? Oh, yes. The little Canadians hockey face. You ever see that hockey face over here? See the I and the H? It's for Canadians hockey, right? But you can see the top part is the A. The bottom part, I closed it off in the A for the H and the I of two sides. The triangle connects to both eyes, right? Aye, aye, Captain. I see it from the east. I see it from the west. Putting another brick on the wall. And then we came over here, right? Here's those two powders I'm going to make. Put them over here. Can't lose them on the stove, right? And you can read the word moon. Can you read this moon over here? It's shine. S-H-I-N-E. So the I connected my H and my N and created two area spaces. The energy is number 74, right? N, air. This is a sounding letter. All you need, don't look at the nerve, here and here, right? 5G coming together, divided up. And then over here, this is the, hold on a second. Yes, what this is, let me see if I did this right. Well, I didn't do it the way I normally should do it, right? Let me see what I did here. So what it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is empty. 2, 4, 6, and 8 are all black. 8 connects to 11. It's black. I don't connect it. Okay, this one over here connects to this one over here. I don't connect it. This one over here and this one over here, you see the way they're set up over here? Okay, that would be something like this over here. So let me see. You know what I did yesterday? I did something silly yesterday, and I don't know if I can do it again today or how silly it'll come out. Whoop, hold on a second. But I want to do this. I want to do this because I thought it was silly yesterday, and I don't know if it'll be silly today or stupid. But just give me a second to do this. Just give me a minute. I just want to know what this looks like. If somebody can send me. Yes, so I was going to talk with my mask face on. You can see my two eyes and my mouth over here, right? And I was just thinking, what is, is this okay? Oy. Oy boy. So I made this design, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 years ago, and everybody keeps giving this back to me. I don't know what it is. You know, what can I be? Look, when I cross my arms, right? If I cross my arms, don't I look like a little triangle or something? Or a little ghoulie? What do I look like? Think this should be my Halloween outfit? Ha 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 ha! Come into the house! Ha 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 ha! Come into the house. Gets hot in there. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. I got to go back. I don't see my coffee or my hot water. I don't want to say whether it's coffee or hot water. I don't want to put anybody's mind, because any word I might say, you might think about it. You might put the video down, go about your day and say, "Oh my God, look at that orange tie." Orange and purple for Pluto. Pluto, don't forget Pluto the dog. We live on the dog planet. 2026, okay, is not a dog year, but 26 goes with the dog. 46 goes with the operator. In 2030, if I remember correctly, I think it's the year of the dog, right? And 2030 ends the complete zodiac cycle. Now, 2030 from 1960 is 70 years. Now, do you end the year? Do you begin at the beginning of the year? If you complete 60 and 61 and 62 and 63 and 64 and 65 and 66 and 67 and 68 and 69, you completed 10 years, 069. Your base creation is not 6-1, which is going to give you 13. It's not 6-2. 6-1 equals 13. It's not 6-2, which is going to give you 20. It's 6-3, which is going to give you 27. And if you notice, it's not 6-4, because that's what's going to give you 34. And it's not 6-5, and that's going to give you 41. And it's not 6-6, because that's going to give you 48. And it's not 6-7, because that's going to give you 55. And it's not 6-8, and that's going to give you 62. And then 6-9 is going to give you 69. And I'm going to show you what I just did, right? Wow. I have to turn this around. Maybe I'll show you with my mirror. Or do I risk if I push this up, will it cancel my video? Let me see what happens. Just give me a minute. Just want to see what happens here. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm going to look at something. I want to see if I can flip my camera around, because how are you seeing me? I want to see. I need to show you something. No, that's backwards. So let me see. Okay, let me go here. Okay, you can see me now. How is this? It's still backwards, eh? So just give me one more minute. I'm going to try something. Okay, that ain't helping. Okay, so I'm going to look at the comments first, and I don't like the way this sets up. So unprofessional. It's like I got to keep my head like here. Like, where's the camera on my iPad? Like, where's that the camera on the iPad? It's right here, right? So I'd have to go like how do I get my head in the middle of this camera? I'm like, okay, just put that head over here. You know, I like my hat. You know, when I wear my hat, I like my blinders. So if you ever wonder why are people from other countries wearing these hats, like, I don't like to see it. I don't want to see change, right? I don't want to see change. I want to see understanding before change. In my game, you have to know why we do everything. Why are we doing it? What is the concrete reality of why you do it? Is it because what you feel? Okay, some things sometimes yes, but I feel like I get more focus. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I only do this for my focus, right? Just give me a second here. I also wanted to talk about that. So what was that? Virgo, and the other one was Pisces, which is the snake and the pig, right? If I replace one for one, if I do a shift in the zodiac signs, I'll be putting the rat with Aries, right? So I can put the rat with Aries, or I can put the third zodiac sign, the tiger, with Aries. So I'm not really sure which one I want to do. We'd have to talk about it. So yeah, let me look at these comments and then I'm going to see what's going on. Charlie 19er, I guess I've been a victory for some. The craps tables, at the four corners, the elements, the highways, fresh falcon, high fresh falcon, lots of numbers. I like his purple tie. Yes, lots more craziness, more of them. Beautiful purple paisley. Yes, that's the word, the paisley. Absolutely. I grew up on a street called First and Second Paisley, and that thing always stuck to my head forever and ever. The teardrop, right? The one-eyed teardrop from the single eye of knowledge. The single eye that illuminates the sky, where they hide all the secrets, and the secrets are hidden, not of the words that are read, but it is the vibration that is being sent down that somehow has been read and altered. And then at the end of the 28-day cycle is spit out into all of us. And the wolves howl, wolf backwards is flow. It is number 56. It goes with April, goes with the mirror month. It goes with the mirror month of April, where the 91st day is on April 1st. They call it the fish day. When you have the fish day, you have a fish eye, you have two circles that overlap each other, you have the crossing. Since it's the 91st day, it connects A and I together. It connects the S together, connects both 9/11 together. Since it becomes the 92nd day in the leap year, we now know it's the connection of spirit inside the soul for the newborn child coming up. So this is what it says, and this is why it is. And that is why it is the mountain goat in the month of April. The fourth sign, the rabbit, the cat for communication. Rabbit ears of two moons of Mars connecting to the singular universal moon of Earth. Call it ham radio to the inverted triangles. The T and the G and the 5 and the E are all connected together. We spoke about 514, the E world, 514, 2332 equals to 74, the same numeric value for Jesus, for energy, for the cycle and a gateway in the silver house, the matrix house, the house of Bait, where resides the seventh gate inside the void of this cube. And there's two of them. It's 2 and it's 2. It's 2-7 and it's 2-7, 22 for ape, go life. The other one is for 77, power of Christ, which will create the student yo of Earth and Mars, which descends from the moon, being it, if agreeable, that B, the second letter, reverse the 25th letter, which creates the AG numbers 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. Inside Venus, calling it Venus for the second planet. I'd like to repeat that again and see my thoughts. If I can see them up on the screen, I can go back. Sometimes I can't. Venus, yes, the octopus. If you ever look at Rubik's Cube, the heart of Rubik's Cube controls 18 that goes around. That's the universal joint. 18 plus the universal joint itself, where all the passage goes on. 19, connecting two systems through Rubik's Cube. Okay, so now if you're going to include the 13th sign of Ophish, okay, this is where I find that orphelin, which becomes I like to call it the hocus pocus orphan child, right, of this planet in the 13th sign. And where this fits in is if you look up right now, orphan roulette, you will find an area, okay, that will have 3 numbers. And if I remember correctly, the numbers are not on this wheel. Well, whatever it is, there's 3 numbers on one side and it adds to 57, and the average is 19, and there's 5 numbers on the other side, and it adds up to 75, and there's 5 numbers, and the average is 25. 19 and 25 equals to area space. 25 and 19 is 44 for space. Area is 25, space is 44, 69 in rotation of 33, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 6 and 9, which brings in the ABC 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, and the BCD 2, 3, 4 equals to 9, where we don't have A, where we have BCD, and we don't have D, where we have ABC, that we bring the BC world or the world of Zen together in this high-tie Zan radio, citizen band radio, the codes of 10, where 10-4 brings on the rabbit and brings on 9 to 5, where EIEIO, 9 to 5 is because when you don't buy for the extra dollar on the $24 payout on the 10 or on the 10, 3 and 1 coming from the cycle in the moon, or on the 10 coming 22 into life, is the inverted of the cube, 10-4 communication, which is the expansion or the outside to where 7 is. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 6, plus 3 is 7. So you have 4 and 3 is 7. So now you have 10 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 is 7. So it's 3 and 3 away from the 7th gate. And this is what they play on the game of craps. And at the same time, we have to understand that the payout, okay, if you put it on a combet, okay, that combet, when you roll the dice, the combet will get moved over to the number and it'll be a 1-for-1 payout. But you can now take 2 or 3 times the odds at full odds on these numbers. You have to learn about the game of craps. You have to learn about the game of roulette. That in the game of roulette, when surrounding a single number, the single number itself is 35 to 1, and so is the center of this cube, 3.5. You also have to note that the extension of this cube is 1 and 6 equals to 7. You have to note that betting a chip between 2 numbers in roulette pays 17 to 1. And then when you play out a chip between 4 corners or 4 numbers, the payout is 8 to 1. And to know that 2 squared, bringing the worlds together through the starlight of Mars, is 8 to 1. And those are the 8, 17, 35, 888 system, in which the system we live is an 888 system in basic transition, which means, and we can revamp this through the knowledge of different, if you show me a setup, right, of, let's say Saturn star, I can restructure my numbers to that. Let me see which book I put it in. I hope I didn't leave it in my car. You ever see what the B letter can possibly look like? Open and closed. Okay, so, and then the 3 different ways to draw this, right? See where we draw the 45-degree angle, 2 by 1, and here I went 2 by 2. Or did I go 2 by 2 in the next one? No, I went 3 by 3 in the next one, creates this. And over here I went, let me see, 2 by 3. Yeah, and one of them I went 2 by 3. So this is the different formation that this will show up with. You see that heart-like V over here and this? It's also noted to be the Pontiac sign. You do know that when you encompass something, you change the design. I don't want to get into that, like where the R and the D and the C all fit together. We went over the Roman numeral bit, so I'm going to show you this basis. So here's the base for 666, right? This number, this number, this number, this angle here, right, will equal to 222. These here will equal to 222. This will equal to 222, and this will equal to 222. Use any 3 of the 4 combinations, and you can make 4 of them to equal to 666. The total will be 888. What is the total on this together? It's only 666 because we take out number 74, right? We have 58 and 90 equals 148. So we have 3 times 148. Let me just write this out. 3. I need more of these. I like the Atlantis 1.4s if you can find them. $148 times 3 equals to 300 plus 120 plus 24 equals 444. Equals 444 times 4 equals 1776. So you have 444 plus 74 equals to 518. Did I get that right? 58 plus 90 equals 148. 62 plus 86 equals, 86 plus 62 equals 148. Plus 58 plus 66 plus 82 plus 70 equals 424 plus 20 equals 444. Okay, so let me do it again. 74 times 9 equals to 666. When I don't count, I'm just trying to think about it. I'm just trying to think about it. Yes, just hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 148 equals to, right, it's 592 is the second one. So it's 51.8. When you only use the outside, right, 148, right? And then you add in the 74 for the crossing equals 51.8. So it says the heavens of Mars, the one spirit in the heavens residing. I'm going to show you so you can understand it. 51 is for Mars. Mars, the word puck is number 51. Our birth is in Pluto, equals to number 9. We know our rotation is in the 8 heavens of 6. 5 and 1 is 6 of 8. The 1 dot to the 8 void that surrounds it in the cycle, the 1-5 cycle. So I'm just trying to see if I'm explaining that properly. Anyways, I might have gone a little overboard. So let me take you on to something else. I just want to see if I have it down here. Does anybody know anything about Saturn square? Does anybody know anything about Saturn square? Let me see if I got this here. Sometimes I'm going over stuff from yesterday. I still, you know what? I don't even know where it is, but that's okay. There's just so much. I don't even know where to find it, you know. Number 63, very important number. Yeah, so I wanted to understand the zodiac, right? From like 1960 to 2030, where everything was between the metal, the this and the that. This is a very important timeline. The 66th year is 2029, and we can see how number 29 implicates. The 29th of February, leap year. The 29th of September, 273rd day, or 3 times what it is. To April 1st, to April 1st, to April 1st equals September 29th this year. Well, actually, it doesn't, because actually it does, right? Because there's 92 days. Just let me see where I'm not very happy about this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to start from fresh and from scratch, and I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to take a 1-minute break or a 2-minute break. I want to set something up so I can sit my camera down and not have it on my head. And I, for some reason, cannot. I'm going to have to make something. See this? I'm going to put it up here. Just give me a minute to build this, right? I want to know how my monkey pants look before. Okay, so my hot water boiled. So let me boil my hot water again. We're gonna show you how professional we are here. All right, look at that. If you can help out the channel, buy me a coffee. If you have another way that you can support the channel, how you can send it to me if you know a way. I've never really set anything up. If you know something that I should set up, how I should set it up, that would be just fantastic. Right now, if you take a look, I'm going to show you how I'm setting up this camera. Okay, so I'm going to show you, whoa, I'm going to show you how I'm setting up this camera right here. There you go. Let's see how this works out. Let me see what we got here. Oh yeah, looks good. You can see my hands. Maybe I can move it a touch closer. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay. It's a little wobbly. Right, I got a little bit wobbly, but I got my cube on it. Got my super glue on it. So we're going to take like a 2-minute break here. I'm not sure if you want to see something else in the apartment. I'm just going to get my hot water. And how are you, Miss Pretty Kitty? Eh? I'm a little loud, eh? So, yeah, okay, so I put a little hot water in here. The thing is, if I don't walk around with the water bottle, right, I'm just gonna spill it. Just give me 1 second over here. I just gotta shut the door. Just gotta shut the door. Just give me a second to shut this door. Sometimes it's not an easy door to shut, or sometimes I'm just busy doing something for a second. Wow, I'm always losing things, eh? I'm looking for something. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna be there in 1 minute. 1 minute. I hate to leave anybody stringing along. Don't string along. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So you can see my hands over here. I prefer you see my face. So I'm also going to take this phone out, right? And I'm going to see what I can you see that up there? All right, so we can see up here what's going on, right? Let's see. You know, for a talented artist, I can't even set up pieces. Yeah, whoa, Tammy, how'd you get my name in a rectangle? Do what? Don't know. Hope. Hold on a second. I'm not sure what you're saying. Fresh Falcon. Yes, you did. I like this guy. Very artistic. Yes, me too. Mostly understand not what he's really saying. Kind of like you. For I can't allow all the numerology stuff. It's over my head. I think he's a bit of a mad scientist. My name is actually Neely, Fresh Falcon, like Einstein. Well, you want to see the Einstein 1776? I'm going to show it to you. And probably many people don't understand them. I wonder if that's frustrating. Oh, yeah, it's frustrating. I'm going to tell you, it's frustrating. Let me see. You're up there. Yeah, it's frustrating, but you know what? I was told right at the beginning when I started 20 years ago that it's going to take a long time. And you're going to get actually a lot. You're going to go far spinning your wheels in your own mind. And one day you'll understand it. But if you write it all out, no one will ever see the book. So be completely transparent, because this will not be done alone. The tools that I use, let me take this off before I start, and just let me get back into this. Hold on a second. Before I begin this, let me. So the tools that I use, I'm going to show you the tools that I use, okay? And I'm going to go a little bit slower, okay? Let me just read this over here. Yes, the bell is round, the cube is square, but when the bell rings, it doesn't go around like we rub it like our singing bowls. It goes ding, ding, ding. It goes square. Okay. You can also, do you ding it this way? Sometimes you do, but the bell is going like this. Now the bell could be inside the area space for vibration in the matrix, okay, is all in blocks, right? But when something emanates, it emanates round. But when it comes out, is it coming out round, or is everything measured square? In order to know the height, the width, and the distance, everything is measured square. Is it not? That's my question. I have to learn to also know that vertical is vertical, because if you don't know numerology, or it's hard to learn, we got to learn all the concepts. Horizontal and vertical starts with an H, starts with a V. Put that and categorize it and just know that to begin with. And you might say, well, it begins with an H. Well, I want to tell you something. In the English language, when I went to school and I'm hanging out with the young people, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the helper of the young people. Somebody that's younger than me, just in the learning stage. And I said to the young people, I got something to share with you. The letter H, it's amazing. I built the whole wall of bricks with the letter H, with the knowledge that the cement in between was supportive for me. And the letter I came about to be from the brick. The H and the I and Moses, right? They were making with the hay, and they said hey, and they had the power, or the horsepower, 6577, 14 and 11, the knowledge to know. Did you know that in numerology, you can figure out if you can get pregnant or not, right? Or how to stop it? Go ask Moses. Ramses said, we're going to take away the firstborn. Well, guess what? I went down to the pharmacy and I said, I don't want that firstborn. And they handed me a package, and the package said, Ramses condoms. A condominium for the seamen, the men that were at sea, for all that was in your mind gets released. The spirit, the energy, and the Holy Ghost, where does everything go? Within the moon, the energy, the moon lights up. And then near the end, whoosh, they throw it all back at you. They control that energy through the moon, the vibration, whatever it's telling you, because we know when we hear music with no sounds, we still know the vibration, and we still have a feeling, and we still call it a name. Look how zen I feel. I feel like, and you express it with a color commentary, although it's just a sound, but because of how we communicate, I'm going to say, ooh, it's like purple rain, raining cats and dogs, blue and red. I don't know the truth from the lies, but yet it's still calming me as the rain falls from the skies. The skies, in the skies, right? In the skies, the skies. So where was I after I'm fooling around? Because I believe God is the joker. Has to joke around, has to make riddles and rhymes just to put things together, not to forget. Create games. 4 balls and 3 strikes. Daddy, can I take a walk? You got 4 balls. He goes, no. Well, he says, you better take a friend. But then when every pitch comes in, I don't know, like, what's the pitch? The planes are coming in, and here's the pitch. Oh, wait a second. It's a throw. The ball was thrown. The ball was thrown, but I'm not sitting on the throne, THRONE, or the ball was THROWN. So what is it with the THR that comes together that both of them say own or one? ONE, one, right? Throne, one. So TH and R, time, heaven. The R letter is part of your 666 or your IT system creation. When you draw the R, right, it looks like a 1 and a 2, please. The B looks like a 1 and a 3, the male and the female. Now you can say what you want, but 13, okay, is what runs the cycle of the moon, or the 131 cycle. Now, this is not numerology. This is 3 years of 365 days and 1 year of 366 days. Not numerology. I know there's 1,440 minutes in a day. I know that I need 360. In order to create one circle, I got 4 circles in my day. I know it takes 6 hours to create 360 minutes to create my first circle. I know 1 through 6 created my first cube, therefore I'm going to say what? And I know that the ring around the cube is 4, and I'm going around the pole. So that's not numerology. That's just plain knowledge. Plain knowledge. And I know, and I believe that there's 3 different rows and 3 different rows equaling to 9. So I'm going to give each one a number. And when I add up the numbers, it equals to 45, and the average is 5, and the center dot is 5. And I know that JESUS is number 74. And I know 7 and 4 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. I know that goes with Venus. But what I also know is 5, 14, 23, and 32, where 3 and 2 is 5, and 2 and 3 and 5 is 1 and 4 is 5 is 5 is 5. And the 5th letter is in the E world, and the reverse of that E in the alphabet is V, VE, 27, 22, and 5, 5, and 4. And I also know the numeric value for love is 54. I know Fox is 45. I know that FOX, the F is the 6th letter, the O is the 15th letter, the X is the 24th letter. It equals to 45. I know that angel, ANGL, E or EL, equals to 39, AN 14, G7, 21, 26, and AG, angel. Let me mark that out. Angel, how come I know it's 39, but I just want to see I own 17 and 7, 24 and 15, right? So angel is 39, right? It's 39, and it's completely red. It's the red angel, because there's no dark negative letters in it, right? And I get that from the roulette table, and I don't have to be that intelligent. I look at the roulette table, and I go, look at these 36 numbers. Oh, wait a second. There's also colors. I see the green for the 0. I know 0 is number 64. Okay, I remember that. I know 6 and 4 to the 7th gate will give me 31, right? I see I got 31 here, and I got 6 and 4 over here. I know this is 0 for the word. I know it's Zion and Israel. I know it's at the extremities of the betting board. I know that the 131 cycle is what runs in the moon. I know that the 13, 31, 13 equals to 57. The numeric value for moon is 57. I know the reverse alphabet for Mars, 51, 4 letters. Every letter reverse is 27. 27, 27, 27, 27 is 108. But before it's 108, it becomes 81 and 27. I'm not going past to a single digit. Pythagorean count tells me to count to a single digit. If I go 4 times, the French tell me, the French say to me, if you're going to pass 60, you got to have the heavens and the birth. Where do you see this? Well, 10, right over here. You're 1 and 9, 10, you're 2 and 8, 10, you're 3 and 7, 10, you're 4 and 6, 10. It separates the birth, okay, from the ace 11 in blackjack, or the 1.5, 3 to 2 payout. 3 to 2 equal to the first zodiac sign of the ram, or let's call it the Aries, the pig, which is the 12th zodiac sign, coming out of and then coming into, just like nobody thinks we're in the 6,000th year, but in my project, in my game, we are in the 6,000th year, because I have to count the creation time of 225 years plus 5,775 years to reach 6,000 years. And now we're in the 9th year of that 6,000 years, where in fact we're in year 609 right now, if I understand it correctly, give or take, for the better understanding of the equation. I'll explain it and you tell me what you think. I think that before you were born, your age wasn't counted, yet everybody was counting on you. Oh, it's going to be a boy, it's going to be a girl. How can it be anything if it's not there? So it's 9 months in the womb. So whatever you are 9 plus your 1 year of birth. You're automatically, for the 1 year of birth, is you get the 12 months, which is the letter L, and you get the birth 9, right? The birth 9, which is the letter I. So it becomes I and L. 9 and 12 equals to 21. And it becomes 9 and 3, or 3 and 9 equals to 12, because the L is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. So right away, once you come into the world through 12, you have to do the star system, multiplication and addition of 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, okay, will equal to 3 and 2, or 2 and 3, and that will equal to your 5. And right away, your 3 and 2 will be your Bélier, will be your Aries. And that is the way it'll begin. It will start with 1, go to 5, and your house that you've come from is the house of Mars, area 51, where you run the mirror world birth 4 to your 3 creation in the house of Venus, 432. And then all Roman numerals have the same denomination. If you start the Roman numeral 1, right? If you start the Roman numeral 1, let me see if I can put the camera up. I just like to see my pretty face, you know. But so let me see. Okay, so what we're going to get with Roman numerals is we get M, and that's 1000, mark 1. If we get D, that's 500, mark 5. A, E. If we get C, 100, so we're going to mark 1, okay, A. Then I'm going to mark C again. Even though it's not C, I'm just adding on a little bit. We get 100. We get 1, A. And then after this, we get L, and that's 50. 5, E. Okay? And then what we get next after this one, okay, is we're going to get X, and that's going to be 10, 1, A. And then we're going to get X, 10, 1, A. And then we're going to get V, 5, mark it 5, E. And then we're going to get I, 1, mark it 1, A. And if you total this up, right, you end up with 1500, 1600, 1700, 1750, 1760, 1770, 1775, 1776. Now, what did we count too much for no reason at all? I counted 110 too much. I don't need these. I have the rest of it. So if I take 110 away from 1776, right, I end up with 1666. This is 5 divided by 3, or is it 3 divided by 5, which is the heart where Jesus is. Creation, any craps, 11 craps, 3 or E. You can use it any way, any craps, 1 and 2, 1 and 1. You can crap out at 66, right? But that's the connecting to the 7th gate, so they barred it. They barred 66. 66 is to the 7th gate, right? Here we have this design over here, 7, 5, 7. 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, right? So this is where Mars comes in, and then 6 connects 5 to 7, and then 6 connects 5 to 7, creating the heavens of 8. You bar 66 in the game. And here, if you look through it, everything is 432. Whoop. Between here and here, no. I'm going to put nothing. I wasn't doing it between that one. I was doing it between the 5s and the 1. I added in 1776 to this to show you something else that I find really ironic, is that the first one and the last one, if you take a look, they're both 1s. Okay? Now we're going to choose a different color. And choose a different color. The second to last one and the second one, they're both 5s. Now we're going to go maybe to this one. The third to last one is an X. And the third to last one is a C. Right? 1 and 1. And the next one, okay, is going to be an X. Whoop, I should have did that in orange, right? It's going to be an X and it's going to be a C. So if you look, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, all separated from 5. Now, if our planet number 9 is Pluto, Pluto in the Kuiper Belt is on ice. It's the most extreme vibration. And if you can see, this Roman numeral of 1776 is absolutely a perfect reflection and all outside of this one over here. When you look, you will see 6, 6, 7, 8. 6, 6, 7, 8. 6, 6, 7, 8. 6, 6, 7, 8. It's a complete, perfect reflection. And in between every single Roman numeral is 432. Don't count the zeros. This one is going to be 1001. If I add them together, the first and the last, I end up with 2. If I add up with this one over here, I get 10. When I add up here, I get 2 and 2, 2, and 2. Let me see, did I do that right? And then I get the center 5. So I'm just going to see what my total is on one side. I don't know if I did this properly. Just give me a second. Anyways, regardless, I've never really done that part before. I did it straight, I did it straight. Now, what do all these numbers say? Well, M is the 13th letter and I is the 9th. 13 and 9, 9 and 13. V is the 22nd letter, right? D is the 4th. Now, should I be minusing these, adding these? 22, 26. C is the 3rd letter, and X is the 21st letter, equals to 25. 3 and 24 equals to 25, equals to 26, equals to 22. This one is X and C. 3 and 24 equals to 25. And 3 and 24 equals to 25. So now my question is, this one over here is all by itself, right? And it's only 5. So 4, 22, 48. It's going to be the same thing on each side. So this is going to be 50, 60, 76, 86, 96. It's going to be 98. It's going to be 98, 5, 98. Okay, I don't know what it's really telling me. I know that this also reverts to 68, so it's telling me there's a division at the 7th gate. The 7th gate is what connects the two worlds. The 5 is the separation. The 5 is a separation and only comes in over here through where the 9 birth comes in. 7, 8, 9. Why did 7 eat 9? Okay, right over here. Because it all falls into the 7th gate. 3, 5, 7, 6, 5. And this is when you count in gematria. If you wanted to see the other part about 1776, and I've done it many times, just give me a second. Let me look over if there's any questions. Where's my coffee? I'm still reading through the comments, so if you don't hear me, it's because I'm just reading through the comments, all right? Just for a second. You know, when you say to love yourself, you know, there's a fine line in that, right? Respect, love yourself is respect, more or less. I'm going to show you a little bit about the word love. And like we spoke, the 91st day of the year is the inception of the spirit from the first child right into the womb. On the 91st day, remember, you need the development, you need the speakers, right? You need the everything to be able to come in to receive. You need the hole in your body, you know, the form, whatever that is. Hold on a second. Is everybody hearing me? Am I frozen? Can you hear my voice? I have a store. I put up some stuff for sale, more or less on Cow or Art of Wear, right? I also have a place. Called Cow, and I don't know where else it is. I just doing this alone. I don't want to say that I'm a coward or anything, but I know I can't get this all done alone properly, and now my computer is down, so that's even worse. You know, I'm the only guy who probably spent 14 hours to try to do his taxes, you know, in one day just to understand the system. Ham radio used to be till Holly. Ham radio used to be in my little town of Hollywood, a long time ago. Orphan Annie. Well, Annie can also be looking like as the year. When you say Anne, Anne, from a distance or a child, it might look like AME. The AME, right? The AME is for soul. So you see it as Anne, and they can also call it year. And remember, it's your birthday. So the year calls for the birthday. So it's talking about 87. It's talking about your gateway. I'm going to just write this down. You see, birth 57. Now, I'm not sure where it means you end up, but it ends with TH, and that's 28. T and H. T and H, right? So you end up over here. Now, when you end up over here, your day is 30 because you're coming from the mirror world, right? Mars. And it's your ABC 6 to your ABCD 10, right? Your CD 10. And it's your BCD, right? Equal to your 9 birth, your life, your birth. This is the 1937 5 28 46 connect, right? Your 10 10 10 10 connect. This is your connect. This is your star system connect all through this one over here. Also running out in 2 squared over here. 2 squared leaves you with an 8 block. And then you have 3 squared, right? Okay, and leaves you with a 27 block. Okay. And this would be Mars, and this would be Earth. Earth noted to be 511, and Mars noted to be 51. Also, both of them, okay, are noted to be V. They both stand up with V. The V is for V11 as the third planet, right? But the numeric value for Earth ending also with T and H. Over here, it's number 87, which is the octagon, right? Octagon has 8 corners. Mars is the 4th planet. When you create the D, you create the system 10. Mars, number 4, moves about 3 areas here, areas here, areas here. It moves about 4 areas. These 3 cubes, I'm not sure if they're the 3 on the corner here, or the 3 on the corner here, or the 3 on the corner here, or the 3 on the corner here. I believe that Mars makes up the dimension of everything somehow. It has to be untwisted between Earth and Mars, but it's either this way or that way. So it's like there's 50 cents. It's like heads or tails, you know. Is it that answer? If it's not that one, it's the other one. It's not like I'm looking for the answer. You know what I'm saying? Octagon talks about 8, but it happens in October 10, in which everybody here sees an 8, right? In which I will ask you to count again, and you see an 8 here. So 16 equals to 14 plus 2. These two connect together, right? And at the same time, you can go ahead and create the 8 that joins them both. And now you've given the third 8 to give dimension, and even in the artwork, you can see the dimension that's added to these two. This can be found in one of my designs. In fact, I'd go to show you on the floor. I call it the ring. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Also out of this is the ACD, okay, equaling to 8. And then there's the ABD equaling to 7. So if you want to see how the gateway is set up, then the numbers are here. 6 is your basic. According to the deck of cards, right? According to the deck of cards, according to my not taking my time, I spilt a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. So give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me pick this up. Okay. So yes, we were going to go here. So all my information, right? I mean, my information is, here's my information. Here's my information. Give me the alphabet. Design me like, you want to know about the letter R? Or how about the A? Or how about the D, right? Should we just create the letter D right over here? But I want to put the letter C. Maybe I'll put the letter C. Or how if I put them together, right? I'll get that over here. But how do I know it's like that? Maybe the A should be like tilted to one side, or maybe the A should be tilted to the other side. But what if I gave a head? You know, we'll give a head to it. We'll put the A down over here, right? Right? We can put the A down over here. Or maybe, hold on a second. What if we put the A down over here, right? So we can just, right, just do it this way. And whoop, I didn't want to do it that way. So we're going to go down here, okay, and then we're going to create the antenna to the rabbit ears, right? And then we're going to create the R here. R. 18 equals to 54. And that's the sun world. The son of Ra. In the house of Bait, 420. Where does all this come from? The R is in the A family. The R is made up of 10 and 8, according to the French. If a child sees this, they might say 18 or they might say 2. It'll bring B and R together, is where awake and asleep is what happens. Because this is where the soft and the hard come in, right? Because it's the B, so it becomes the hard. Or it's the R, and it becomes the soft. The soft and the hard, and if you want to see soft and hard, well, we can look at soft and hard right over here. Is it a hard 55? Is it a hard 66? Is it a hard 44? Is it a hard 33? These, right, they call them something different. This one they call different. This one they call this one. This is different, right? And this is different. These are different, right? This one, okay, and if you take a look, right, this is also a craps. This is a craps also, but this one, okay, is that one. See that? This one is going to say, I am star 3, star seed, and this one is going to say 48. And you're going to say, oh my God, what are you talking about? Where does this come from? How can you say something like that? Oh my God, where does this come from? Because I do star math like that. I multiply it and I add it. 1 times 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 6. 6 times 6 equals 36. 6 plus 6 equals 12. 12 and 36 equals 48 and 24. This is also going to tell me another sign. You see how equal it was over here? This one became half. This one chopped into thirds. Where do you see this? This is an addition. This is the subtraction. This became double of this. So 1/3 is 24 and 2/3 is 48. I get a total of 72, and we are now in the house of bait. Money, Brown, C, X. We are in the Money Brown sex house. Money is number 72. Brown is number 72. The C. Why are we in the sex house? Sorry, it's also, just 1 second. I forgot to see why I'm saying, yes. Give me a second. I said it for a reason. Oh boy, I said it for a reason. The 24th letter and the 3rd letter. What reason did I? Oh yes, because this is the house of 1/3, it's the house of C. When it works in 1/4, it's the house of D, W, or how about defects, right? Working in the quarter houses. This one runs with 120 degrees. This one runs on 90 degrees, in which if you take a look, right, this is whole. 99 is whole. 58, 74, 90, 222, 222, 222, 222. Right? But if you put this under Saturn, and then it does all 33s, right? But under Saturn star, I don't know why I can't find what I wrote down yesterday. The Jesus fish, right? The sperm and the Jesus fish. I forgot to add that on, right? Sperm number 71. Mars becomes number 71 when shifted. Remember the alphabet shift, right? Moving A from 1 into life as 6. 6 and 14 around is 20. Other than 1 and 14 around is 15. Coming from the pool table and the 7th gate, going over to the darts, where they have a center heart of a 25 for the green and 50 for the red, where 25 is 1/3 of what the 50 is. So when you have things that are whole with 3, it's ABC creation. It's 3 basic parts, right? Let me see if I can find this, or otherwise I'm just going to redo it. Okay, it's right over here. Okay. I'm not sure where I was with this, although I'd like to see your faces again for a minute and look at what's going on. We're going to turn this around. Don't forget where we are. I need to breathe. My videos have never done this before, but my videos are now showing. I've never seen this before. Maybe I have, but look. It shows 100 minutes instead of saying an hour. I may have changed it myself, but as you note, that even in the mirror, why does the mirror do this? Why is the mirror doing this? Hold on a second. What's going on in the mirror? Why does the mirror do this? Why? Someone who can really, really tell me why is the mirror doing this? How far deep can you see into yourself? Okay, let's get that out of the way. Oh God. So the tie, I'm not sure if I can explain to you, but the tie, okay, is opening up of the mind and dropping down information to the next receiver until the last receiver has arrived. Now, I'm just going to take a second to look through a few of my photos, right? And okay, I just want to go back and see something. I don't know how far back I'm going to have to go. Okay, let me see this. You just give me a minute, okay? There's just so much artwork and you know, you want suspension? Here's suspension. Right? You can never see out because we're just suspended. Right? We're connected directly to the energy, the whole entire space. So if we lived on this planet, dividing every entire space by 6, why by 6 of 60 minutes? Why by 6 of 60 seconds? And if we translated that into 90, which is 1.5 times 6 equals to 9, or 1.5 times 4 equals to 6, or 1.5 times 2 equals to 3, the payout for Mars RAM. Just give me a second. I'm trying to look for that design. And to note that if you can take a look, right? If you can take a look on the end here, there's 9, like the cube. So there's a cube here and there's a cube at that end, and there's a transition cube, right? Square, square, rectangular, making up above and below of both sides. And then here's all the other cubes. I don't know why I put them 5, right? And I like to call this the sponge area. Now, another way about this is when you take a look at the blue, it's the ocean. And when you take a look at anything that's to do with triangular, it's distance. Imagine if this triangular was 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and it went 6 across. You see the way it's breaking on down, like the Superman sign? So maybe it should end over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it ends, it splits here. But that last cube here in the corner splits between the below and above on that singular cube on the 6th one. And then you go 7, 8, and 9. And when you go 6, 7, 8, and 9 down over here, you can see this 9th cube is also split between this side. And if you split that and run 360 degrees, you'd be joining everything at 18.5, right? The halfway area between this side and that side. And don't forget, the fine line of something needs area space. So it's going to take out part of an angle. So if you're going by 18 areas or by 36 areas down, you stop at the 18th area and you must take up to the 19th all the way to the 1st, just like you must take up from the 18th all the way to the 36th. Always count 19, overlap 1 for the hook, right? And a gateway, a cylinder that passes on through. And we also did this with the bowling pins yesterday, in where the original triangle is 10. And then what you do is you put 3, 2, 1 here, 3, 2, 1 there. I showed you yesterday in a piece. I'm not sure if I have it. It wasn't my best artwork. Oh, and look, I do have the numbers reversed here. Okay, that's good. No, it's not this book, right? Did I just start that book? Or was it this book? Like, it was the bowling pins, right? So here, one, then there's 2 pins, and then there's 3 pins. But, you see, I have to set it up this way. See that? If I set it up 1 pin here, 1 pin here, 1 pin here, and then 1 here, 1 in the middle, this center one, right? I'm just going to show you what happens. There's a reason why we set things up, because of what happens, and things get lost in the artwork. So either I give you half the artwork, part of the artwork, and continue on of the art. The alphabet is just a skeleton, and it's not through just the names. Now we've got the name of A and H and R and K. It's when it's telling that story, it's hard. Whatever number it goes along, we might be talking something we have to understand the number the hard way, ending in RD, and RD is also at third, right? Because if it end ND, right, would be in second, and ST would be first or last, right? Let me look through some of these comments. And whoa, I don't know what just happened, but something happened, right? So just 1 second. And I even forget what I was talking about a little bit, right? So I wanted to talk about the tie. You know, another thing about the tie, when the match is equal, you know, the tie makes the match equal. It's all tied up. I want to see if I have it in collections just for a second. Okay, so just let me go back to my original photos. Give me a second to catch up with you. Then we have this one over here. Right, you can see the way the star is like this, and the outside addition of the cube onto the star does this over here. You see the way the star comes down up here like this, right? One second, I'm still going through it. I know I'm gonna find it, right? Oh, and there's another design that I haven't put up there, and I'm not sure. I don't think I did this right. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, this. I'm not sure if I got this right, but if I wanted to, you know, create something, all I did is 2 squares, and this is what happens when I connect them together. Oh, I'm coming close to it. Or we can look at this one over here, right? Now you see the square in the center over here, right? You see that square? Square. You see the square this way and the square this way. See tic-tac-toe this way and tic-tac-toe that way, right? But if you look, it's a Star of David over here, right? And the Star of David here. There's 4 stars of David. And then there's the overlapping Star of David, which is right over here. You see this over here? Actually, I didn't finish that one. Yeah, right here. Right here goes through the center here. So that's just a Star of David. I'm still trying to look for my tie, so just give me a second. Oh, got it. Okay, let me see if I got another picture of it. Okay, I don't. Maybe I'll just show you this to start. What about that? There's my little buddy. Somebody stole him. Here's the bell. You ever see the bell? Right over here. Right. This is from a piece I did. Just one. Oh, here it is. Right. So here's that piece. So the tie, right, splits up into two systems. The bomb drops down here, the bomb drops down here. There's one thinker, your W. Your V comes over here into your life here and your life here. The W brings your two lives together. Then this little guy here puts the football into this brain over here, to this brain over here, and then this one comes down the center. So each one of, here's a tie, right? And here's the last remaining tie into this one over here. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to go over some of these, and I'm going to get back to the bowling pins. Get back to the bowling pins for a minute. See what other questions somebody has out here for me. Right, the 9 switches to an 11. There is no 9. Like the most you can get, right? The most you can get is 8 and 1 equals to 9, or 8 and 7, okay, equals to 15. And do you remember what I said? The 87 comes together. Where's that number 87? Boy, we had number 87 come together. It was 57 and 30 for your birthday. Where's the word birthday? Okay, yes. Birthday comes together. It's the month of October. Okay. So let me do this over here. Why am I so far behind? Oh, you only see the ceiling. Oh my God, how did that happen? When was that? Oh Christ. When did that happen? I'm a little bit behind. Sorry about that. Why? So we're talking about the birthday, right? And we're talking about the 9 months of travel. Well, why didn't it turn around again? I don't understand. It shouldn't be showing that. Why? Hold on a second. I must be behind on my phone. I'm okay now. Okay, let me read back on these stories, okay? So we're back on, let me go back to the birthday. I'm just reading through the stuff. Zodiac star constellation Aquarius is silent. The aquarium, the silent aquarium, because you hear the splash of the ocean. The ocean is not silent. Yet what does the water say? If you vibrate into the water, you will see what it says. So when you vibrate, it vibrates within you. If you can put your hand or something over your ears, something over your head, and hear yourself vibrate, okay? When you hear yourself think, up to a certain point, it's amazing. When I can feel my diaphragm just vibrating sometimes. Whoop. Okay, so it's only been like that 5 minutes. Okay, very cool. So I was doing birthday. So birthday. I just want to go over the birthday for a second. Okay, so let me look at my phone at the same time, because if you want to see what I'm doing, right, is you're seeing this paper here, and let me see this. I have the camera here just for a second. I think you're a little bit behind me. I don't know how you can catch you up. Okay, we're good. So you're 8, 9, 10, you're 15 seconds behind me. I really don't like it. I want to see how long before the mirror comes up. So there, you see that? That's where the phone is. So, okay, so let's continue on this way. So we get the birthday, right? And then what 87 is it's October. October is 87. Now, number 12 also equals to 87. So what is it telling me? Is it telling me that because I made it to October, the 10th month, because I made it to 12, right? That's my maximum. Remember, when I put this together here, this is 8 and 8 sides equaling to 16. But when I connect them, you only see 14 and 2, or you're actually seeing 7 and 1. So you're seeing out of what is 16, okay, calculates to 14 and 2, in which all you see is 14 and 1. And that could relate to the 1 dot up and the 14 around. 5 and 1. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 1 and 4 and 1. That is home and Mars coming together. Home, for some reason, seems to say Mars, right? But Mars is 51 and home is 41. 51 is where Earth resides because of the one area that's in between on the 5. So I'm a little skeptical of how to read this. So again, October and birthday. So this is when you count the A, B, C. Just trying to remember what I was doing when I was doing this piece over here. I hate to fall behind. I hate to do that. I just want to remember why. Yes, right. So once you get to the mirror stage, where 10 becomes the mirror stage, then you get 11, 12, and then 13 is the next exit, right? You get up to here, you create your mirror. Let's say your bowling pin mirror. I'm going to have to see if this is right. So you get your bowling pin mirror. 1, 2, 3, and then you, I don't know how to do that. And then 1, 2, and then let's count this over here. So we're going to do the same thing here, 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 and then the square here. And so we completed. So what this is in this one here, oh, we can do this here, 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 and then here. So we added on 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here. If I don't add on the 6 here, right, it ends, and it ends in this rectangular. The original is 10 pins. I added on 6 and 6, equaling to 22. 22 is 8, go green. Is that when it goes green? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 by 7, go green. 4 by 7, angels, Jesus, beast, time, bull, right? And the word, there's a word right now, and it's bull and ET. This is the word right now. This 25 ET is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, not 2, 4, 6, 8. But this changes because this number, right, goes into this house. Every second reality, this number 25 goes into this house. This will build back better. What it cuts in half, okay, it restores. The E cuts everything in half, and the T restores everything. So if you want to look at T for time, the IT system, putting everything back together, and the bull is going to be for Taurus. Taurus, although it's 100, the bull is 47. Also talking about it's 45 and 2, or take away 47 and leave it at 35. And we're leaving it at this because I have 2 letters. It's just to differentiate. But letter for letter, it's 35. But because it's 4 letters, right, it joins in, the repetitive letter will join in both worlds, the third and the fourth world. And it also has to, in French, you say 4 times 20, or you will say 60. So you're saying it in one word. 60 can be said in one word, but not 80 or not 8. So this is what happens in your bowling. Now, when you're counting it, like I said in the bowling yesterday, what happens is when you count 1 over to 6, it equals 21. And when you count the dots on this cube, it's 21. I added on two 21s here, right? Plus the original. All these pins, when you add up 1 to 10, right, it equals to 55. At the same time, I was going to look at, right, we have 10 pins here. What if I knocked out this pin over here? The setup is a little bit different. And if you notice, when I create it with X's and O's, I end up with an octagon surrounding this pin here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 5 and number 6. If you count it at number 6, I have counted both 3 and 3 from each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I count them completely separate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it'll be number 7. But we all know that in reality, this pin will be number 6. That's exactly why I like to call it that area, right? But it's a 7th area. It brings two systems together. I don't want to mix you up. I already did. So the answer to this, okay, is going to be 97. And this 97, now this gets a little complicated, okay? I'm going to try to see if I can get back to something a little bit softer. We were talking about seasons, okay, a little bit earlier. We were talking about the hard way or the family way. I'm going to get to the family tree of letters. I'm going to take a sip of my tea and read some more of the comments. And there are none. Hey, 2 people liked me and somebody else. Let me see what else is going on here. Okay. First, I said I was going to talk about the deck of cards. 3, Queen, 7, 10, 7, 6, Ace. Look at the 7 and the 6. I already have these. Let's take it out. Just going to keep the 7, right? Well, look at the 3. I have the Ace inside. I'm going to take it out. Jack. I'm going to use these jacks separately. 10. Look at the 2, right? Look at the 2. I'm going to put the 2 over here. The 4. I'm not going to use the 4 because I got the 4 corners here. I got the 4 corners here, right? This is where it all begins. Begins right here. This is where it begins. Double Venus, right? But double Venus only shows when she shows from the center, right? Like in the 2 card. See my Venus, right? She shows me we can go to the outside, to the center and on the outside, like above is below, right? The 6, we don't need it. We're going to save these. The 4, the Ace, Joker. I'm going to save these. The 4. Here's the 8. You look at the 8. You look at the 7. Say, screw it. I don't need the 7. We'll just keep the 8. We're going to look at the 3. We have the 3, right? The 3 is not really like any other, right? But the 3, what happens to it is we stay in the house of Venus, okay? And we're going to use the Ace hole. Okay, and then we have the 5, right? And the 5 is not like any other. We don't need the Ace. We don't need the 3. We're going to put this here, this here. Let me just knock these out for a minute. Right? And voila, look what we got. We got the 9. So now we've accumulated that Ace. Oh, and we got the Ace here. Plus, okay, we have this here, so we don't need this card, right? So now we're left with these cards over here. But see the 9 showed up. Check it out. 4 corners and the center. We don't need it because this is the E world playing into the I world. This is your life, for example. 59, 59 in the clock. And in that 59, right, in that 59, okay, is that 7 and 8, 15. Hold on a second. No, I needed the 6 and 9. Right, no, not that one. This one is, this is where the, whoop, This is where the gate separates. The 6 and 8 separate, right? You see, they separate here at the 7th gate. Right over here, it's missing, right? They separate. The 9 takes over from the 5, so I throw the 5 away. I don't need the 6, it's in the 8, already separated by the 7th gate, right? The 9 comes in, the 9 and 8 play together. So we no longer need the 5. Now we're going to switch it for this 8 to show you this 8 is a two-way 8. I can't tell what's up or down, so I count it twice. I count 8 up and 8 down. So it's 8 and O and 8 and O. I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, this, and this. This is exactly equal. This is my Freedom 55, 5 up and 5 down with 6 in the center. Because of the straight line here, this will create my hexagon right here, living in between the confines of Venus, right? Venus comes to life inside of here. When you're measuring here in North America, we work with the rectangular. When you're in Europe, you work with the square. So we're going to take this card out for now, okay? You notice these two cards go together. 9 times 8, 72. Times 2, 144, 1,440 minutes in a day. Count them together, it's 19, bringing two systems together. 9 times 8, 9 plus 8 is 72 and 17, bringing both 2 and 7 and 1 and 7 together. When 1 and 2 come together, okay, they create what's going to be 3 and 8. That's your ape. That's the word club. That's the word gold. Your creation comes into the heavens, right? 1 and 2, A and B, get thrown out of the game. What exchanges for them, okay, is the 11. 1 and 2 exchanges for the 11. And it's not me, okay, is I have to follow the rules, right? Here are the rules. Now, if I want to come through on my birthday, and remember, the birthday only happens once 12 months have passed. When the birthday happens, that 12 equals to 87. But your birth, right, prior life is the 9 months that you have on here, and that comes to the word birth equals to 57, and so does moon. At the same time, the reverse of Mars is 57. The continuation of Mars goes into 47 and then into 39. The beast, time, angel, creation of the secular moons, 13, 13, 13, 31, 31, 31, 57, 75. In the year 57, 75 was the end cycle to where the 9 times 25 equaling 225 is where the birth, before the birth began. Because if you split this cube in half, it's 45 and 45 to a face. And when you go 5 times 45 for the 5 of the 6 faces you see, it equals to 225, as so the 9 by 25. The 20 and the 25 equals to your 45. It's our connection coming into this world through the sun. Born into the protection of the sun. Everything that comes to the sun burns up. Nothing ever gets to us. Nothing ever gets to us. And the question is if there is an us, right? Because if you make it too hot or too cold, we turn into pieces and parts and we just all break up and everything ceases to exist. Is it like turning on and off the TV set? I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I find bits and pieces and parts telling stories. And those are the stories that I tell to you, that I share with you. Just give me 1 second. I want to see where I am with this thinking so I can also explain to you and not lose, right? I don't want to lose the... Right. Okay, there was this. I did a piece this morning, and I think I wrote it down. See here where the letter R shows up inside of here? This is my gematria little building. 76541 1357 531 1357, right? The connection, hold on a second. Whoa, let me do that. And then so we have 5, 3, 5, 3, 1. And in this area over here, right, this is where number 6 shows up, right? 6 and 6. So you can see 6 and 6, right? Connect both 5 and 7, right? Or if you want to look at it, 5775 Moon Electric. Look up Roulette Orphans, right? You're going to find the same thing. I did want to work with this. I don't know if this is the old book or the new book. We spoke about, I'm not sure if we spoke about this already. The original letters used are A, B, C, D, right? I'm not going back to A and B, right? A, B, C, D. Then it got broken down to either A, B, C, or B, C, D, or A, C, D, or A, B, D. So you can see that only in this one, right? Only in this one over here, there is no A. Right? We have all the combinations. Only in this one here, there is no A. In this one here, there is no B. In this one here, there is no C. In the B house, we have the 7. In the C house, we have the 8. So we have this coming in on your birthday. Number 15, the quarter houses of Mars, or 6. Here is when you were being born. Here's the life you live. So if we have to take into effect, what does 10 do? Well, 10 will create 15, 30. 15, right? Sorry, 10 will create 6 and 9, 15, and 7 and 8, 15. And then it'll be 10. So when you're playing tennis, right, and you get 6 and 9 for 15, and you get 7 and 8 for 15, then you get 10 points for your third point, because that's your base creation, is when you put all of them together, A, B, C, D. Your total of 30, right? Or when you get your 666, okay, or 111, which is a Mars mirror creation, right, is when your payout, okay, is 30 to 1 and 180 to 1. 180 to 1 when using 3 dice, okay? When you get 66 using 2 dice, you get paid off at 30 to 1 in that scenario. So if you want to look at what happens to your 9 birth when living in that world, you are living in the heavens through the 7th gate of your 6th life through the 9 birth, your connection of 1. 1 and 9 bring 2 systems together, and you can also call that lightning if you like. Yes, the way tennis is 15, 15, and then it's 10, and then it's add 1 and add 2, right? Add 1 and then add 2. When you add 2, you add the house of bait. When you add 1, you're only the center to the house of bait, right? You can't ring the bell without both sides of the bell. The B and C, right? Or so the bell, right? The bell gets rung, and then over here is the ball with the bell with the little pin, right? So you can see that this ball is on both sides of the center of the arm right now. When it dings, right, it's going to ding BB, right? It's going to ding BC, BC. And then when it hits the side, it's going to ding DD, and it all started with A. The area space between here and here and here and here of the dinging of the bell perhaps might what we'd be telling you what is the division in the A letter. Now my question is it dinging to this house or is it donging to this house? Is it dinging, ding, or dong? Which one is it? So you have the I and the O, because the birth is from Mars. 9 and 15 equals to the separation of the gateway. This is where the O letter comes in, and the L letter comes in into this over here, which is 3 and 6. This is your base creation, your LO. Your LO to your VE, right? Your love connection. So in the word love, LOVE, okay, 12, 15, 22, 05. So the 22nd letter and the 5th letter equal to 9, and this funny word over here, right? This one over here, 1 and 5, 6, and 1 and 2, 3, right? And then this funny word over here is we got this. Whoop. This is a fountain pen. It's pen 15, right? Whoop. Let me just fix that. Got a little excited there for a moment. Just give me a second. Let me clean this up. Little messy. Every time you write certain words, it just gets messy. 1, 5. Your pen 15, and this equals to 63, which the power, because this is for the word power, right? And this power will give you 49 and 14, and 4 and 9 is 13, and 1 and 4 is 14, equals to 27, equals to 63. When you reduce it again, it becomes 4 and 5. So this power goes into this over here. And this one over here is what's going to create the house of bait, 99, Jupiter. Now, according to the numbers, the house of bait is split up into 4 areas of 20, okay, equaling to 80. And when you go to the cycles of 20, right, you're calculating this way, and you're living in these 4 squares, each square valued at 5, okay, or you're living in the house of bait, 2, 4, 6, and 8 over here. Well, actually, it's not like that. When that design gets made, right, in the smallest dimension, you have to do this. Yeah, you have to do that. And the reason is a builder's code means you have to go to the corners. These cells, you can call these cells any cell in your body. This is it. This is it. I might need a whole page to design a cell, but this is it. So when you do this to the earth, it tilts it on this angle. And now we can ring the bell over here. Couldn't ring it over here. It's square, right? If I put a pin up over here, this is going to turn this way. Where am I allowed to put the pin? In this one, I can put the pin over here, right? In the center. Can I put the pin over here? It'll tilt down. It'll end up doing this. Okay, so this is my 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. And each one of these are the 24th letter, equals to 96. The reverse is the 3rd letter, equaling to 12, which is 8 by 12 equals to 96, which is 8 times 3.5 equals to the 28-day cycle in the moon, explaining and showing you how numbers work. How do they get reduced? This one, an X, is the 24th letter. So if I reduce that 24th letter, okay, if I multiply each 24th letter, it becomes 96. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the same time, I created an O, which is a 15th letter. So if I added the O in the center to the 15th letter, equals 111, equals the center of the cube. But that's too much play, and I don't like to get into that. So when we get back to the word love, another thing about the word love is 3, 6, 4, 5. 3 times 2, 6 times 2, 4 times 2, 5 times 2. Now, Venus is the double world, okay? Because we say, I think Venus is the double world or the quadruple world, because she's on the outside. She's on the outside. but the most she's on the outside is here. There's 3, right? I can do this and this. That's 1, 2, this and this, 3, 4. So I can do 4 of them here. And I can do 4 of them here. The lower side 1, right? And I can do this way 4 and this way 4. So this has to be still worked out because that's pretty much new to me. The reason I did this, right? 6, 12, 8, 10, 18, 26, 36. Where does that come from? Why does it have to be so perfect to work out that way? Why? Because of this. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 3 empty in the center over here. Now I take the 3 right down here, and I got 6 here. So this one is telling me about these 3 and these 3. It's going to create a hexagon. I'm going to cut out the other ones, right? It's telling me about these 3 and these 3, right? So I can create the hexagon. If I show you this, let me see here, skip this here, skip this here. So that's my 3. Let me see. Can I make them, should I make them whole this way? And then here's the 3 here, and then here's the 3 here. So the 2 hearts plug into it. So I connect my hearts together through the dot, and then I got this hexagon, right? You see the hexagon? And that's the hexagon, right? And then that's the cube on that angle. So you can notice that in the 2 here, the 7th gate, and that's in the house of bait, number 27, over here. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals 18, and 9 equals to 27, reverting to 9 and 9. 99 is for Jupiter, also for the word 13. But I know the word teen is an add-on, and it's 44, and third is 55, and I know where they come from. The thing about this is the word 8, teen, is not like the others. There is no 44 here. Here, there is going to be a 24. It's going to be a divided gate. The T was already on the 8. I only needed to add on this, 5, 5, and 14, 24. So I now divide the cat. The cat is number 24. I also know that the multiplication and addition will be this. So when I look at the 7th gate, right, whether it's 4 and 3, 5 and 2, 1 and 6, and just so happens that 1 equals to 3 and 4, so maybe we'll knock this one out. And that 6, okay, equals to 52, and I'll knock that one out. So it talks about everything over here. At the same time, number 1 talks about number 8, and number 6 has a 3 void. Number 1 center with 8, right? The heart, the heart, the heart, the heart, all the way around. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 combinations of 3, right, for things existing. So 8 and 3 happens to be monkey. It also happens to be the relationship to 1122.33 rotation of the sun, control of Chai. 18 plus 1. Chai, you ever hear of Chai luck? The reason for that is because the center of this, if I had a singular cube, right? Hold on a second. Right? So when I take a cube, see that cube? Right? Now I have to have a cube up here, right? And I happen to have a cube over here. See that? So I've got 1. We're going to mark these to make sure you, right? We're going to mark these. Mark it purple. So we have 3. Right? I can't count this one again because I just counted it, right? I got 4, 5. Okay? I got 3. Then I got 4, 5. Then I got 6, 7. Then I got 8, 9. And I don't count that one because I counted on 9. Now what I'm going to do, you see I had 9, right? I had 9, right? I had 9, right? Now I didn't do it this way, right? You don't see the yellow marks this way, right? So I had 9. So let's do that again so you can see. We're going to do it again. I counted these 3. Let's do it with something darker. So I counted 3 over here. So since I count that 3, I have to count the one on this side and the one on that side. That's 3. Let's make sure we know what we're doing. Since we counted this one, 4, 5, count this one away. 6, 7, count that one away. 8, 9, we did them all, right? Now these are also in the center. Take these 3, right? We did 9, take these 3, right? Now here's 1 is 4. Here's 1 is, whoop. Take these 3, this one is counted here. Take this one is 4, this one is counted here. 5 and 6, this one is counted here, right? We already counted this one here. We're going to count 7. Did we do that? So it's 3 and 3 is 6. Okay, 3 and 3 is 6. And then 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 6, 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 6 is 12. Now what you have to know, this way and this way, is around this way. And the 4 corners are missing, right? Plus the 2 in the center. And that's your 18. 3, 4, 5, it's 9, 9, it's 9. It's hard to, I'd like to do it again, right? 1, anyways, it's 18. So it's 18 surrounding this one here. And that's where we get our high from. And then it's 8 in the corners. So this cube is made up of 8 and 18. Remember, the 8, okay, the 8 is mentioned 9 times in numbers. It's 9 times 8, 9 times 7, 9 times 9. But it's only, forget about in the house of 60s, right? Because in the house of 80s, you will hear the 8 in the house of 80s. So you will hear it 10 times, 10 times, 10 times, right? Because you're going to say 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, right? 40. But 30 does not say 3. And 20 does not say 2. So you don't hear it the same way. It's not the same continuous vibration. So when we do this over here, right, we're going to go 1, okay, is only mentioned just give me a second, because I'm going to go to the French language. In the French language, right, and in the English language, 11 is said differently, right? In the French language, just give me a second, the 2 at 12, and in the English language, it's said differently. And so is the 13 and not the 14. At 14, okay, 15 is mentioned differently. 16 is mentioned whole. But in French, right, I'm going to see if I can get a piece of paper, right? In French, when you say 16, you should say size. When you say 70, I'm going to take out this other paper, right? When you say in French 70 all the way to 79, 70 all the way to 76, you're going to say 16 as a number together. From 70, it's going to be 60 plus 10. And you're going to use the 10 here, but when you get this, you'll be saying 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that'll be 21 plus 60 equals to 81. 16, 27, 15, 27, right. So this is going to be talking about Venus, right? And then when you go to the 90s, right, all the way to 96, again, you're going to do the same thing, except in this one, you're going to go 4 by 20 and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So in French, right, in 2 areas you will not mention, so you will be mentioning 7 times 1 equals 7, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5, 7 times 6. But in reality, right? Hold on a second. No, I'm just trying to think of, I think it's 6. I think this one is 6. This one is 6. This one is 6. This one is 6. I'm just trying to remember all the terms, because you're going to be saying 14. In French, it's 14, right? So you're saying 4. But here it's tres. You're not saying 3. You're not saying 2. You're not saying 1. So each of these will be said 6. These will be said 7 times, right? And what happens when you get to the 7, 8, and 9, these will all be said 9 times. So this will be 63, 72, 81. Okay, now what happened to my 9 by 6 equaling to 54, right? It's an add-on. It doesn't get there. The most it can get to, right, is 42 plus 12 equals to 54, or 35 plus 19. I'm trying to understand how I'm getting to 54. 63 comes in the mail. Now, the 7 and the 9, what happens with 7 and 9 is PQRS, and the 9 is WXYZ. This one totals 98. This one totals 70. But they remove the Q and they remove the Z as the 17th letter and the 26th letter, equaling to 43, like House of DC or Earth and Mars. Right? This is also going to connect to the moon mathematically. When you come down here, you get 8 and 7. So the queen shows me the gateway as the root. This one over here, 12 and 8 equals to 20. It's showing me 8, and it's showing me a connection in the 12 sides, 3 by 4, right? Or 12 by 2 colors to the 8 corners of Rubik's Cube. And remember, if you have Rubik's Cube, the base of Rubik's Cube is this. But if you want to take Rubik's Cube or just make it larger and put more planets out there, what happens is, I'm going to see how I should do this, right? Is the corners, right, will always remain the corners, right? Here's the center of Rubik's Cube, right? Here's the pole. See, here's the pole. Here's the pole position, right? So here's my corners, and I got 8. And now I have inside the pole positions, I have 2, I have 1 on the pole, I have 2, and then I have my corners over here. My corners over here. These will be 3 colors. These will be all 2 colors. So there's the whole dynamic coming in here. So if I have 9 planets that come in, I will have to go around this 9 times. Now, if I'm working in the Mars cycle, here's the Mars cycle, here's the Earth cycle. So if I'm going to go around this, right? Okay, there is no happy medium. Now I have a split center, right? And all the corners are now 3s. And it's all 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, the same as we have as the cycle moon we have now. And in fact, once we do that, we have our first 9 that develops over here. And then we have 9 here, and then we have 9 here, and then we have a development in 9 here, and then we have a development in 9 here. So we can shift around here 4 times. If I was to make this cubic, I think this would be 64. Do you follow what I'm saying? Why is Mars? Mars is noted to be 22. Earth is noted to be 33. This will give me 8. This will give me 27. It just so happens a Rubik's Cube is 27 area spaces, and a 2 cubed equals to 8. This will also be 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 8 and 6. This will be 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 9 and 6. This is where your rotation comes in. This is where the life you live from the birth you came gets reduced 1.5 or 3 to 2. Bélier, Ram, Mars. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run over to Saturn square before we end this video. And let me see. I just want to see something. Yes, we worked on the Karen. We worked on the snake. We didn't do the family tree. I can do the family tree real quick. Okay, but let me read what's going on here. Right, the ceiling is S and not C. Whoop, everything just disappeared on me. 7 seals all open, dealing planets and chakras, gamma activation. So the 7, 8, 9 goes right down the center of who you are. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my question is, where is it? Where's the separation? And note that, 1 second. I'm looking for something. Okay, I have to do this. Oh yes, so we did that over here earlier on, right? So we finished with this, right? All right, so you can notice that Earth does this, but the other one is this. Right? There's my 8. Here's my 27. Okay, so when we were talking about here, right, if you want to talk about Mars, look where 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 come in, right? This is when we entrap it in the alphabet. Here's the alphabet. Now, here, over and down again. Is that what's happening? Or back up again? 1 is T. Here's where H and F, 6 and 8 come in, right? When they divide it, the odds in the game of craps is 7 to 6 in the game of craps. So we have it here, and then it goes off to this side. We're going to do it down this side, right? And this is 5, 3, 1. Doesn't it look like a balance, right? You split this in half. We have the R. Your freedom, 55. Your word freedom is 66, but they say freedom at 55, right? And then they go, the retirement age is 65 right here. Instead of the 8 is 7, 8, 9. Now, where is the 8 over here? Should there be another 6 over here? So here's another 6. Here's another 6, right? Over here would be your 2. Whoop, I don't like that. These are not the same. Look at that. Look what happens. Look what happens when I bring my 2 in, right? I can't do what I do here. It's not the same thing with the 7. It's not the same. Let me make that a little darker. Let me make that a little darker. You know, is it fair of me that... Wow. So is it fair of me? My cat is sleeping, right? Look at that. No matter what I do, it keeps breaking. So we have the... And don't forget what a heartbeat is, right? The measurement of a heartbeat is done square as the movement is done round. So we had that. And now we connect 22 over here. So what should we color it in? What should we color 22 in with? My poor pencils. I like, here, Pluto. Let's do Pluto. Pluto orange, 60 seconds on the clock. Right? Number 4, the mirror world, right? And number 4 is 60 and orange is 60, right? But orange 60 is made up of red and yellow. So here's how we enter into this game. So if I want to put the next number in here, right? Did I get that? No. Oopie, 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 oopie. There was 2 ways to do it. I didn't do it the way I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it here, right? I might have to erase that. This is where 2, 4, 6 goes. I forget. I'm not accomplished with this one yet on what goes over here. This one is good, but I just don't remember the numbers I should call it unless I'm calling it the same way this way as I am this way. If I am, then what will happen is over here and over here will all be 6s. So let me do it separately, right? And let me put this one over here. And let me put this one over here. Right. Then I go down over here. No, I didn't get that one over there. We're going to use the, like, not the orange, the purple. No, not the purple, the blue. I have the blue. I need another color. What about a darker one? Right. This is really dark over here. And then over here, again, I have to connect this one here, right? And then connect it here. I'm closing off the outside game. We're going to close it. Everything's going to get closed on in, right? So I'm not sure what it's going to come up with, but I'm going to leave this alone because I don't have it perfectly rated. Yeah, we can jump to this if you like. What this is, if you note, for Saturn square. Have you ever heard of Saturn square? I'm going to look it up on my instrument over here. I'm going to look it up over here. 7, 8, 9 go down the center. I must be getting tired or something. What is Station Nation Live and this? What does this mean, Station Nation? Okay, that's just somebody else. So what was I looking? Oh, yes. Saturn square. Hold on. Saturn square. It gave me Saturn Road in Garland, Texas. Now, the thing about this is it says, first of all, you have to know that Texas and Missouri both come in on Highway 70 and 35. So it's the center of the cube, right? Also to note that electric moon and home shows up here. And 42 is a divided gate, okay? 42 and 25, Saturn Road. So Rodin's coil, Saturn square. Okay, so here it is, right? I want to see if you can see this. So here's Saturn square. When you add them all up, there's 15s, right? See that? That was Rodin's coil. I have to understand that a little bit differently. So here's Saturn square. So what I did, okay, is I took the original number. Let me see if I can get the original number in here somewhere. Here's the original number. Whoa, I got all kinds of pencils under here. Whoop. Top's not on. Got to put that top on. Get the top on. Okay, just leave this over here. So what we have, let me see what we got up here. It's a little high. I'm going to see if I can lower this a little bit. I don't know what you guys are going to think. Maybe it'll be too low. I want to see what's happening. It might be too low. Let me know. Whoa. Whoa. So I lowered it, right? Oh, boy. It's a little tilty. Hold on a second. Whoop. Hold on. Okay. Oh. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, so now we can see we got that. So the original numbers is right here. Okay, but I took Saturn square and I shifted my numbers accordingly, right? And here they're showing you 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't look at it this way. I look at this: 9, move over 1 and down 2, 15. 9, move over 1, 17. 4, move over 2, 9. 2, move over 5. 9, move over 14, 1 and 4, 5. 8 and 7, 15, 6. 6, move over to 3, 9. The original numbers, I'll show you why I do that. One of the reasons is the original setup. I'm not sure if you can remember this setup. Okay, I'm going to show you the original setup. Okay, original setup and numbers are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I use them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you don't mind, I'll be going from top to the bottom, right? So when you notice, you have 7 and 6, 13, 9 and 4, 13, 8 and 5, 13 for the angels of Saturn. For the 1, 6, 7 to the 3, 4, 7 to the 2, 5, 7, 7 and 13, 1 and 3 is 4, 7, 3 and 7, 4 to the creation and the mirrored world, right? And it comes through the 1 and 8, 9 to the 2 and 7, 9 to the 4, 5, 9. I never use this. To the 3, okay, to the 3 and 8, 11, to the 2 and 9, 11, and the 6 and 5, 11, the 4 and 7, 11. So in both of them, you can see in one, I don't use 1, the other, I don't use I. I bring these two together in the E world over here. The ace is in both cards and each one of these, right? This is telling you a story. This is not just what it is. So what I do is I did the same thing here. I did the shift. So since it moved the 4. So the 4th position is number 70. It moved it into the, let me see, the 1st position. So this has to go into the 1st position, right? Let's see if you can see it. Let me see. Oh yeah, we can see it this way. So now the 9, the 9th position, has to go into the 2nd position. The 2, the 3rd position, right? Any sequence will do this. This is the 3rd position. This is number 2. I take 2, I put it in the 3rd position. What is in the 3rd position? I move into the 4th position. I move in the 3rd position, the 4th position. What is in the 5th position remains the same, Jesus Christ. Then over here, right, what is in the 6th position gets number 7. Number 7 is 82. I move 82. What was in the 1st position? 58. I move all the way down here, 58 in the 8th position. And then in the last position, I get this. This one over here, I'll tell you about after. And what happens is 144 and 78 is 222. But we'll do it this way. 6 and 6 is 12. 8 and 1 carry to 1 is 9 and 6, 15 and 7, 22. 5 and 7, 12, 21 and 12. 7, 8, 15, 21 and 12. 8 and 8, 16, 22 and 20. 13, 21 and 12, 22, 16. They're all 222. And it creates 1776. When we do it on a smaller level to a single digit, what happens, okay, is we'll get 33 only in the star system now. In a reduction, all my lines will be 33. The above and the below line, the ABC, okay, and the GHI will invert to each other as we have the passing gate of the Christ on the cross. 3 by 3, 3 plus 3 is our birth, our death, our birth into creation. Our birth into creation for the moon cycle. What happened, okay, right, is you'll notice the 7 and the 8, okay, an odd number came together with an even number. These two are 22. Right? Not only 22, but it becomes 7 and 6. equals to 13. And then we did over here 22, but we didn't. We went 5 and 8 equals to 13. Am I showing you this right? Yeah. Okay. And then over here, right? 9 and 13, 22. But no, we didn't. We went 4 and 9 equals to 13. Right? And then we went 10 and 12. Right? No, we didn't. We did, I'm going to do 10 and 3 equals to 13. JC for Jesus Christ. The only reason I'm leaving this one, and it's the only reason I'm leaving this one, is what I believe happens, okay, is that the only number that will ever come back to a 10 is number 19 when the two systems come together. 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 times 9 equals to 9. It's the only one that comes back to 10. You're bringing the two systems together through AI, make a mark, okay, in the negative worlds. But this is actually just 1 and 3 equals to 4, and they all become 4. 13, 13, 13 equals to 39, and 13 is 52. And now you have the 4 suits in the deck of cards. The inverted to that is going to be your 7, right? Now, I'm just trying to see if what these work out to now. There's another one. We're supposed to go from this number. Let me see where it is. Yeah. So where's the next one? 88, 88, 88, 88, all surrounding 44. I forget what the story is on that. But just to note that each one of these are telling their own story. 6 and 3 is 9. Okay? It becomes, let me do this on a smaller scale. I want to see what I did. I don't remember what I did. So 1, 9, 5, 3, 8, 4, 2, 7, 6. So the outside corners is 1 and 6, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 5 and 2, 7. Right? Now, where did I get this? I multiplied it and brought it to the delta house, which means the second level. You reduce it down to your first level, and then you bring it to the fourth level. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 12, 48. 4 times 11, 44. 40, 56, and then you bring it down again, and you can see what's happening over here in this level over here. There was the hard ways in the alphabet we were going to talk about. Yeah, I also wanted to talk about this, but I'm putting down this. I think I'm going to take like a 1 minute or 2 minute break. I want to see my own face in the camera for a second. Whoa! I knew I'd do that. Look at that. Fancy me. Fancy me. Spilled coffee all over the place. Fancy me. An accident waiting to happen. The accident waiting to happen. So just give me a second. Let's see what I ruined. Let's see what I ruined. You can see I had this here and take this away. Oh, God, let's take that away. Oh, I got a towel. Let's take the towel. I even got some mop up, so just give me a second. Yay! I am pissed. You know, for the last half hour, it's sitting there. And these are things I teach you not to do. You know what I'm saying? You've seen it all right over here. Got my nice tie on, eh? Huh? You look like a crazy. I look like a crazy. Okay. Cool. Look like something. I look like something. Something. Can I see? You look like a crazy. You're acting silly. You're acting stupid. You're acting crazy. First of all, I ain't acting. Maybe a little bit. Right? And if I'm acting, it's an act. We all go to the theater. We see TV. We watch YouTube. You're on a channel. It's all an act. But when the horse is acting up, it's a little bit different. It's the horse, right? That coffee was great. Usually takes me 19 hours to drink it anyways. I'm what am I doing right now? I'm gonna whoop, I don't know if I can show you this. I'm gonna show you this. 1 second. Look. So I'm like, just give me a minute to just a minute. I don't want to bore anybody, and I'm going to show you what I absolutely have to reprint now, but since my computer's down. And if you can help out the channel, buy me a coffee, Mr. Tacpans. If you know any other way to help support our own worlds of the new Legion of Truth of games, because this is for arts and entertainment only. Although everything we speak about somehow is 100% the truth in the story, in this window. When I come on here, I tell you a story. Now, whether I tell you the truth or I tell you a lie, it's still the story and it's still in the programmation. Nothing counts in the real world unless you let it count. I don't want to push anybody to think of anything more than their own thoughts of what they fabricate in what I do, because that's what I do. I don't want to convince you about anything except what we actually see. How many people say this is a dice cube in French, in English, in Spanish, whatever language you want. And I'm so happy that I only ruined a bunch of papers that I can reprint. So before I throw them out to reprint them at a further date, because I can't get my computer to work, hint, hint, buy me a coffee, Mr. Tacpans. I don't really promote the channel. Got lots of art out there, but I prefer getting you ending up with, I don't want you to have the material world. It's time to shut down the material world. I'm just a material girl, you know. So in this one here, before I throw it out, remind me of the Hebrew alphabet. So we got that one. And then how things center. None of this is my work, right? See the 7 and 7, right? 7 and 7. So we're going to stop. We're going to count the 6, which is 21, 21, 21, 21, 84, and then the 2 7th gates. That's into Pluto, the 7th gate of the 9th birth. And then we had a whole lot of clockwork, orange, red, dragon, essence is 70. The word is number 28. And I like the word is because the artwork shows me a 1 and a 5, and it equals to 28, which is 9 and 19. Your first two nines bring in their 10, your lightning. It brings in your 10 and your 9. It brings you your B, C, D along with your A, B, C, D. So I think the major of the 10 pin brings in the other 3, 4, 5, 6 pins. So yes, this over here, right? That's what I was trying to build you and show you how the Stargate works. I like to call it through the Urantia world. The percentage sign of where F and 7 or the 7 and 6 come in is right over here. Now, what I'm going to do with that is just cut that out, and you can see I wrote it over here, right? The percentage sign of 6 and 9 is where the 8 connects the two tails. And when you create, I just want to show you something. Your you have the letter A, right? So what happens is we just cap off the A. Like when you're talking about location is where the A gets a line on it because we're now squaring this off. You can split the A in half, right? Your IT system is a divided sun where the D and the C come together. I don't have it straight. I'm going to show you after how 6, 7, 8, and 9 come together again. And then I have these over here. Now what this is, let me see if I can show it to you. Okay. Is it 5 and 50? 5 plus 0, 4 and 1, 1 and 4, 3 and 2, 2 and 3. The reason I don't do this is because I have a 77. 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. So it fits in the center. I don't need to do it again. I don't need a connection. Here the connection is 6886, 5995. So I need to create two bridges. One with and one without. One stripe, one solid. 5 and 9, 14. 1 and 4, 5. 6 and 8, 14. Right? So that's how we end up with this over here. Right? And well, I had that one down here, but now I cut it off, showing you how the two areas, see the area space? One here, there's two here. This is where the block of 1 shows up. Another block of 1 shows up over here. And then there's this one over here. I'm going to throw it out. I'm never sure if I should start with 0 here or 1 here, right? Because in all actuality, a square corner should start with 4. When you look at Monopoly, the corners are all square. They're 4s. I'll show you the Monopoly after if you'd like. I'm also going to come back and look at the comments and see what everybody wrote. But right now, I want to throw this out. Yay, I house cleaned today. Whoop, there it goes. Now I'm going to go warm myself up. No, I'm going to make myself a shake. I'm here for 180 minutes, which means 3 hours. You must all be darn tired. I'm going in the kitchen to make a little shake, put it in my belly, and I'm going to come back. So how about it? We're going to shake on that, right? We're all going to take like 2-3 minutes. I just want to see what you're reading. Was that an act of violence? Hold on a second. Mary, did I have a little lamb? So Mary is the Y that comes to. So when you say Mary, right, the ram, right, the ram gets automatically split. Now the wife of Abraham in ram, in AM for the male, in the soul in the male, okay, is where it gets split when they had Ishmael and the other one, and they went out with Hagar or whatever. But anyways, it comes from Amram, and all these names come out of that AM, in which it was a single connection to Abraham, which is the single antenna, okay? Where is 1 and 8, and not where is 2 and 7, 9. We live in the house of Bet, 2 and 7, 9, where the gateway is within inside of us. Is I don't know exactly what it is, or because we have a hold of the gateway, and not where the spirit is inside the heavens of earth, in which if it's all squares, if all lives are square, right, it's the 4 squares out of the 9 squares. I don't know if I'm going to try and explain that. Or maybe I'm not explaining it properly because I can't explain it properly. And also, all the meanings, we have to come together. You see, there was somebody the other day I saw in a newspaper, it said CHRISTIAN. And then it said ISLAM. And I just read the word lamb. Is at the beginning is 15 lamb. Is, or 1-5, like have you ever seen this? Hold on a second. Have you ever seen carpeting that does this, right? 51, and then you say real. So you say this and then add real, or lamb, whichever one you want, because they're with Mars. It's V1, V22. They're both all together. So what was I talking about? Okay, we're going to stop. Remind me, come up. Let me read what the comments are. I'm going to the kitchen. Let me see what time it is. Look at that. 15:15, eh? Time to send a 15:15 call out. Hello. Okay, so going to the kitchen. Give me a minute. Okay, I have to get another bottle of water. Is there another bottle of water here? No, there's not. Let me get a bottle of water. Even though I shouldn't be drinking out of bottles, right? Drinking out of bottles, right? So, yeah, come up with something. Is there a number in this world that we don't know, right? Is there something that we don't know? Yeah, I don't know if it's the best water, but
let me see. Whoa! Oh boy. Merry Christmas. Everything's falling down over here. No, this doesn't work. Yeah, I don't want to use the same one I used yesterday. I'm going to use one where I'm not going to get tackled. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use one where it's not going to... Right, so I'm not even sure how much I'm supposed to put in this. Wow, I lost my spoon. Wow, got the water running for nothing. Okay, so I got a scoop of this and a scoop of this, right? And close that, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a scoop of this. Can you see me over there? And this next scoop, right, is hopefully pure cocoa, because that's what it said, right? And then I'm gonna put in some honey, and I usually don't like to grab my honey, right? It's gotta be plastic or wood, right? I don't like to touch honey without plastic or wood. And I don't have to get too much honey, right? And I like the way it gelled up the honey. It's like 2 years old, this honey. And first of all, because I don't know enough about honey, I do know that when it gels back up again, it starts talking to itself, right? That's why it hardens, starts talking to himself. And for me, that's communication. When that sugar gets back into it. I hate it, but give me a minute. Whoa. I'm going to have to get it to my freezer. I have to get it to my freezer because my fridge stopped working about 7 months ago, and it freezes on me. It gets hot. It gets hot and whatever. I just shut the fridge off. I says, you know what? I just keep putting stuff in my freezer and taking out the ice pack and... No animal byproducts. I'm not vegan, but I have enough of everything else during the week. When it comes time to really getting in, I need a flow, you know? There's a flow within inside of us. I don't know how it works. I always thought it was hocus pocus, but I forgot. I forgot the most magical thing in the world. You know what it is? It's to think. To think to go slow and to know to go quick. It's the bipolarity. It's the liberalism within oneself. Sometimes you got to go slow and act like a communist. You have to act like all these different religions and all these different policies inside yourself. That's how the body works. You see, the heart is flowing the blood 24 hours a day. The stream is moving, yet the stream is moving, but you're in bed asleep. How is the stream moving when you're asleep? Who's taking care of it, right? Oh, must be the Republicans taking care of my Democratic side. Or here's my crat, right? This is the crevette, it's called, or the shrimp. At the same time they call it the shrimp, it's also that little wiggly thing inside your head. So controlling. Okay, just give me 1 second.
I have to move a few things out of the way after to clean up. This goes over here. This goes over here. Just give me 1 minute, 1 minute. On a 1 minute break here, I was trying to look for something. Come on, kitty cat. You want to come outside for 2 minutes? You want to hear something funny? Okay, now I'm just going to do a little bit of mathematics just to show you the formula. I'm not really sure which one I had this morning. I think I had this one over here one times. Okay, just let me look this over, see if I got this right. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. So I showed you where 888 came from. I showed you where 777 came from. Did I show you where 888, 777, 666, 1776? Did I show you that? You want to know about it? I don't know who's here that I did show. I know it's in a ton of my videos. It's also 1523, which is actually the same mathematics. 2 and 3 together and 1 and 5 together brings out the same math. I need to check the comments here. Let me see what's going on. Okay, wow, it's just so funny. I looked at my thing, I had 222 views. Let me see over here. Okay, there's not one comment here. Okay, let me fix this up. Let me go to my Station Nation is live. Let me see this over here. Okay, so let me see where I am. Whoa. Hello, mister. There is no I bar. What is an I bar? What is the I bar? Please explain. Okay, let me see where I am. Mary did have a little lamb. Okay, gamma stuff, really better. Up little if able, love all the speaks. Wow, I like the connections back to the deck of 52. 52 plus the Joker, plus the other Joker, and plus the playing card is 55. That's what I see. Fancy must be the towel I use to clean up with and not Scott towels, right? You're scot-free. You sure are happy, not happy, pissed dude. You sure look like great. Okay, good. Need these PDF. Okay, I think I have that on my wall, home in Nevada. The Hebrew alphabet, I meant, okay, I remember some of the Urantia book. Yeah, I think the Urantia book would be a good read. I don't read, I should read, I have to read. Honey is a medicine. Hey, honey, how you doing? Not so good. Honey, you doing good? I'm honey. Apparently, royal jelly is how the little honeybees begin to grow up. My question is royal jelly good for a child? I think that has to be looked into, right? Children and kids, what if they can, is honey and peanuts or something. Medicine, it's the halfway house to the theater, medicine. I don't know why, because Cine is theater, and ISIN or EC means over here. I'm just trying to look it out. When it ends in nay, right, that equals to 19, so it's two worlds already coming to connect. DNA is inside of that. The hoe and honey is number 23, which is in the house from the house of, let me think about it, 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, right? So this is what happens, is the 5 times 3, 5 plus 3 equals to 15 and equals to 8. And where the 7 times 2 equals to 14, and the 7 plus 2 equals to 0, 9. They both equal to 23. I remember that equation. There was a reason for it. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. I know it's electric company inside the House of Bait, right? And it shows me when I go to the House of Bait, it's a split system with a gateway in between. Remember, you can't get where the bell is, and you don't go where the ball is. And if you can go everywhere else around, now that's the same design as the G letter, and the same design where the C, right? And then you have the line that goes through with the G. That line that goes through with the G could possibly be that bell. We already know that let me see if I can set this up again. Hold on a second. I don't like what this is in. Hold on, just let me take this out here of this package, right? And so when you have your, like this, right? Sometimes it could be on or off. Sometimes it can look like the G, but we know that the E, okay, the E, okay, could be the G. The G could be the E, right? The G or the E, and inside is the J. But if you have the E and the G, or if the G look like the 6 and the 6 look like the 9, what looks like the E, you have all of that included in that letter. Okay, let me see, stored information, okay. We are walking crystals. Jacob, yeah, I painted the walls myself, Jacob. Explosion is G for chaos. Whoa, is that upside down? Which way is that? Let me see. Can we do anything else in there? And then we have my best part of the house is this over here. This is the best part. This design, this one over here, this is when they took the penny off the market, and this is a 510 design. It means I connect everything. I'll connect 8, 9, 1, and 2, right? And to the 5, 8, 9, 1, and 2, and then I'll connect 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this one over here is a connection of 36 numbers, right? Same design, except I connect these two together. Dark numbers are negative numbers with negative numbers, negative and positive numbers, where X meets Y joined with 1, right? And then we have 1, 1, and 1 in the center, right? Now, if you notice over here, it's the 3 area. Here's a 4 area. If you notice, all these squares, right, are 2, 4, 6, and 8. These are all 2, 4, 6, and 8 over here. Now, why did I leave out this one over here? Because that's a number 1, okay? But it's not red, it's black, because that's the way it's depicted on the roulette table, right? And then you can see the cube meets in the heart of 36 numbers, House of Kaba. So if you want to see binary code, reverse binary code is this one over here. This one over here, if I remember correctly, what I did is 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, and then you separate it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the penny, right? And after you take the penny reconnects, okay, at 8, 9, 1, and 2, and then separate it again. So when they took the penny off the market in Canada, it created this design, right? I can go to another depth with it. I haven't yet. Now, there's a difference between creating with a single line or attaching singular dots, right? which I think it's the house of Mars with the singular dots, is because when you connect here, right, you connect a straight line to the heart of a dot. When you create this over here, this will take 4 dots to create this. But this one over here is telling me 4 dots as well, although it creates a space in the center. This is one whole area connecting 4 dots. Is there a dot in the center? No, there's no dot in the center. That X is overlapping, creating that area space. What you have is you have 1 dot, 2 dots, right? 3 dots, 4 dots. It takes 4 dots to create the 3 numbers, and then 4 dots, that's 8. And then 4 dots here is 12. You need a total of 16 dots, creating the 9 areas. Over here, it's not the same, right? Over here, I came into the center of this one over here. Singular dots. So when I create this one over here, right, if I remember correctly, I need 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I have 48 dots if I remember correctly. Remember 360 degrees, but here I have an overlap. So this is basically what it does. The same thing for the X, right? What I did in this one, here's number 1, and I showed you the same design. Hold on a second. Yeah, here. This one here, I created this design using the O in the 1 position. This design over here, I used only the X's, right? The 1 position is right over here, but in this one, you see that square in the center? Because I crisscross through the center of it using a 9 space in this one. 9, 9, 9. But I have to redraw that one and explain it a little bit more. Just give me a second. Oh. Let me take a look down at this. Yeah, so those patterns come off the roulette wheel. When Robert Grant. I mean, he's fantastic at this. He has a lot of patience. He's a lot of knowledge in math. There's a lot of people out there. You know, there's GG33. He doesn't do the same numerology as I do, but the astrology and the zodiac are also telling stories. I'm not sure if I got this out here. I'm coming to the end of my term. I did a piece this morning. I'm not sure where it went to, so I will talk about one little piece with numbers. And here's what it is. So I'm going to use 1 in its own house, okay? And all of it's going to be multiplied by 3. So I'm bringing it to form before we get to the 4th. First, we bring it to the form. Now, the form is 1 times 3. Where am I? 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4, 7. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3, 12 and 7, 19. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3 equals to 31. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 11. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, etc. So what we end up with, okay, is we end up with 7. 1 and 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. 3 and 1 equals to 4. So we end up with 714, and I use the 714. When we go multiply by 3, 3 by 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, 23. 2 and 3 is 5. 8 times 3, 8 plus 3, 2, 5 and 8. Return to 2, 5 and 8 when using 3. How perfect is 3? 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 15, 6. Where 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18, 9, the house of Bate. 360 degrees. Jupiter, 420, 88, Triumph, Pegasus, purple. And then 3 times 9, 9 times 3 is where the angels come in. Saturn, the moon, the cycle from the game of roulette. So that's what this does. Just to jump off, is that to note that gray and pink are 2 basic colors that come from, right, that come from red and black off my roulette wheel. Just add white. 90% of the colors, or many of the colors, I don't want to say how many, right, what happens to them. is that they don't change their name. The last thing of what I was working on, I think I'm going to keep this for the end, is that 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 3, right? 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 8. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. 6 times 6, 6 plus 6. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7. 8 times 8, 8 plus 8. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. Okay, so 3 and 8, because 1 and 2 comes together in base creation, come around here. Where was I again? Hold on a second. 3 and 5 equals to 8. There was a reason why I did this. There's more to this than what meets the eye. I want to see what it is. Okay, let's leave this out for just 1 second. So what happens here is we end up with the sequence of 3, 8, 6, 6, 8, 3, 9, 8, 9. 18 equals 9, 8 equals 8, 9 equals 9. 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, because this is 6 times 6, 6 plus 6. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7. Male organ comes in over here. 8 times 8, 8 plus 8, okay, is 64 and 16. There's a gateway right over here, right? And this one will be 81 and 18 will join Venus and Jupiter and our birth, bringing in Pluto into the land of Jupiter. Jupiter 13 completing our cycle of man, and the moon's connected. I'm just trying to remember why I said that like that. So we end up with this number. So what is this going to tell me? I don't know what the outcome of this is. I can go 24, 17, 23, 17. This is 17, 6 and 8, 14, 17, 3 and 8, 11, 17, 9 and 8, 18, 26. So they're all going to equal to 8, 8, 8, even through this system over here. What is this over here? I don't remember what I did. 8, 6, 6, 8, 3, 9, 8, 9. Where's this 3 and 5, 8? Where's that come from? Okay, I must be getting a little bit tired. But to note that when you look at this, okay, this is your total of the cube. This is after. This is when you get to the 7th gate. This is when it comes into your birth. These two over here. Your heaven's birth. Anyways, I'm very much zonked. If you need to ask me something or let me look up what I missed, we didn't talk about the hard ways where the R, right? Like when you say, what is it? There was a word somebody mentioned where the word was Karen, where the K already has the A in front of it, okay? And then it has the soft R in front of it. But without the A, is it talking about the sun? Okay, the R for me is your creation, is your base creation, your 1 and your 2. We did this. I did this. Did we talk about the word love? Did you know that love is one of the rarest words? It's a very rare word, love and river, because only the the R-I-V-E-R is where the R and I all come to the same dimension, where the I and the E also come to the same dimension. They're the reverse cube, okay? And the I is on every particle of the cube. The V is the reverse of the E, so they're like it's very close knit. The word love, L is the reverse O, V is the reverse E, so I only need to create the 4 letters. So although the word love equals to 54, reverse alphabet 108, you can just say 54, and it's whole in itself. And love in the word sun is also 54. The difference between the two is one is 4 letters, okay, and the average is going to be 4 times 13 plus 2. And then the sun inside love will be 3 times 18. Right away, it's telling me through the moon in the house of bait. I never want to use remainders, but the end number over here is going to tell me the house. Is it on the rim or is it on the pole? Is it around the ring or is it through the 7th gate? 14, 1 and 4, 5, or 7, 7 and 5, talking about the moon, 57, 75. Okay, let me see what else there is over here. I think that's about it for now. I know there's so much more, so much more. What does it all mean? Everybody keeps saying, what does it all mean? It means that if we can find the proof and the truth, a greater story, that we'll start to believe the story here, and we'll start to believe this, and then we take the words out of Bible, right? And we start to understand that a little bit deeper, to know that if there's nobody on the planet. I created everybody in my image. Don't create anybody else. I created a central system on the 7th day that we all connect to each other, that we can all see the projects we're all working on with each other, and that everybody works for the better of each other. And that's where the God of the Christ, the power of Christ comes in, because it comes in through you, through your knowledge to want to do for everybody and yourself without taking anything away from yourself. But you have to take away from yourself because you have to avoid the oncoming traffic. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. What else has to be said? Say it now because I'll be closing down. Thank you, Jacob. I don't really paint very much anymore. I don't know, for some reason it's the walls that brought it out. And whatever. Okay, peace and love. We need to change everything around to know that there is a creator, and we have to know where the truth and the lies are. And from this game that I play with all of you, hey, and if you can help out the channel, it'd be, I think it'd be the best. Buy me a coffee, Mr. Tacpans. I can't even spell it. Let me see if I can go to the pad here. What does it say here? Wow, I can't even find it in here. Hold on a second. Coin. No. Okay, let it go. Everybody have a great day. Ciao.